one, Deal of the Day is also very busy. I'm not surprised because it's a mixed media bundle, so it goes hand in hand with everything that we've got on the show today. Over 100 pieces. Now, colours may vary, but you're getting polypropylene, you're getting grey board, and there's different sizes of grey board, 10 of each size. You've got cardstock, craft paper in there, mirror card, magnetic sheets as well, which is fabulous. If you work that out, it's less than £10, so it makes it less than 10 pence per piece.
Oh, wow.
That is great.
Yeah.
I've been multiplying them. 656734.
Right, so I just take a little bit of paint, and you can just put it on how you like, but then give it a spritz like this. So that just softens it completely.
Doesn't that make a difference?
Yeah. And then just soften it off.
I wondered how you'd got such a sort of, it's kind of a dreamy effect on the original one. It looks so, it's kind of diffused and just soft. There's a softness about it.
Yeah. And then we do the same with a bit of blue. So you really don't need a lot of paint to do this at all.
And because grey board, it is porous to a point, isn't it, as well? You're not over soaking it there because there was very little paint go on. Really, you're adding water there, but as you dry that off again, those pieces, if you wanted to take them out individually, you could do, or you could keep it as a whole sheet. Yeah,
definitely. And the grey board that we use is very compressed.
Yeah.
So it does take the water really well.
Wonderful.
In fact, we actually do soak it for one of the techniques where you tear it back and you can really roughen up the edges.
And that's why it helps if you spritz, if you're sending it through with an embossing folder as well, because remember you can emboss the grey board as well. So that's essentially what I did on that one. The only difference is, we'll leave that to dry, is that these pieces I popped out and again just went round the edge with a little bit of ink. With your ink.
Yeah.
Now, look at the bottom of the screen, everybody, because phone lines are very busy. Why would they not be? We're getting towards the end of the hour. This is the final hour with Di today. Do you know, I've absolutely loved every second of the show. And Di, I know you worked so hard, and so does Tony, but we need to see you back again, hopefully in the not too distant future, but we know you've got lots of work to do and you do deserve a break as well. But I've got to say, just check those baskets out, everybody, because the stock has just been absolutely flying throughout both hours. If you didn't catch the 8 o'clock show this morning, do go back and watch that as well, because the inspiration, of course, from Di, the samples that we were showing is going to help, especially if you manage to get those templates as well. You'll see different ways of working with them. But everything's been so busy, including the jigsaw pieces that you see in here as well. Remember, you're getting the book cover with that one as well. You're getting the backboard. It's just a wonderful price as well, $10.99. We've got over a third of the stock of the dispatch stock gone on that one as well. Dispatch stock? It's not dispatched. The extended stock. The extended stock. $10.99. There is a delayed dispatch on that. That's what I've got in my head there. But 9th of March is the date. It's only a week to wait on that one. 058404. Lovely. Now we've got a couple of minutes left. So just to show you, just explaining there, Di, about going around those individual pieces with your ink. Doesn't that make a difference?
It does. Yeah, definitely. What I did to end up with, I don't know where it is. It's gone now. But the little fold over hello thing that I did.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we can find it for you.
Yeah, so all I did was I then stamped over it. So you have a choice of either popping it all out and putting it together, so then your stamped images join like that, or you can stamp it on as it is in here, and then it'll look a little bit more haphazard. Either way is fine.
Do you know, I actually love it with the frame in there. If you wanted to use it on a different project or on your backboard, just as it is, that's why I thought you'd stenciled there, because the outline with the ink, I just thought you'd made some sort of template and gone through. Yeah. It's so clever and so effective.
And what you could do as well is you could pop them out and paint the piece, the waist, pop it back in for a different effect.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, hasn't it been fabulous? It really has. Now then, we've got a little bit of time left, Di. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or something that you want to mention, perhaps? Do you know when you're back?
Yes, in May.
In May.
I think it's May the 18th.
Right, okay, put that in your diaries, everybody. I don't know if we know what's coming in. I'm not even going to ask, Di, just tune in, get it in your diaries now. But make sure that you're ready with those fingers for that date in May, because things are going to fly, I'm sure of it. I've got to say thank you, Di, once again. It's been absolutely wonderful. And Tony, if you are watching, sorry.
It's probably a
thank you.
blubbering wreck in the corner now. I should
bless
imagine.
him. No, it's been amazing. It really, really has. Thank you, of course, for joining us. Design team, thank you very, very much as well. Everybody's worked so hard. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got much more to come. We'll give you the menu shortly. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm out of breath now. Coming next, we're getting groovy with Clarity One Day Special, and then Lou's here, studio lights up this afternoon, and Royal Talents as well.
Hochanda will be attending the Creative Craft Show at the NEC in Birmingham from Thursday the 19th of March until Sunday the 22nd of March. Take part in our famous Hochanda Tombola to win prizes galore. Or why not join one of our numerous make and take sessions being run by our crafty guest experts. You'll be so inspired by their wealth of knowledge and expertise. You'll find us on stand F08 in Hall 11, so come along and say hello to the team. We would all love to meet you. Order your tickets online today at hochanda.com and we'll see you there.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door. I'm lucky enough to have been a guest on Hochanda since day one. I've been working closely with Crafts2 on the development of the John Next Door brand and also working with their fantastic range of products. I'll be bringing you some fantastic shows that are combining the John Next Door and Crafts2 products. We'll be sharing things like the press cut dies and some of the Find It media and some of the other fantastic tools, accessories and other products that Crafts2 bring to everybody at home. I hope you can join me on my crafting journey and learn some tips and techniques from me that I share with you. So don't miss the Crafts2 shows with me, John Lockwood, on Hochanda.
Hochanda will be supporting Stamporama, an incredible art, stamp and papercraft show, and we would like to invite you to come along and meet us on Sunday the 3rd of May. Stamporama brings together the UK's most dedicated and gifted craft experts, all available to inspire you with their knowledge and expertise. You'll find us in Hall 2 at the Yorkshire Events Centre, located within the great Yorkshire Showground, Harrogate. Advanced ticket holders receive an early show entry from 9:30 a.m, allowing you extra time to browse before the show opens at 10 a.m. There'll be free demonstrations, make and takes, and also a refreshment area where you can take the weight off your feet after all that shopping. Tickets are available from Hochanda in advance for only £3 each. So what are you waiting for? Treat yourself to a fantastic crafty day out. Order your tickets today from hochanda.com.
Good afternoon, and it's time for the One Day Special. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Alex.
Well, what's left of it, because we have very little stock left of our One Day Special. Do make sure you're checking out your baskets.
Absolutely.
Once it's gone, it's gone. Is that correct,
I'm afraid.
Paul?
So, yeah, we've got very busy times ahead of us. So, yeah, so once it has gone, it has gone.
Marvellous. So let's have a look. Oh, what? We're 96% of the stock gone.
So precise.
It is indeed. Look at this. So they're beautiful designs by
Linda Williams.
Yep.
So it's a set of 6 beautiful A5 plates designed by the lovely Linda Williams. And it's called In the Garden. And when you look at these 6 different plates, you've got different areas of the garden. So you've got sort of like a shady area there on the swing. You can sort of chill out in the little deck chairs. So you've got 3 landscape and 3 portrait. But what they've also got, all of them individually have got a different border around them.
Yes.
And you can mix and match. And when you get the plates home, what we suggest is that you actually just trace them out as they are.
Right, okay.
Because you'll find more as you trace them out. And one of the samples that Barb did in launch last night, there was a cat. I'm thinking, where did the cat come from? And then I found the cat on one of the other plates.
Absolutely.
So so when we look at this one here, this one's by Maggie. What I love is you've got here in the garden, you've got the beautiful bird bath on the fountain. And then when we look at the next one, which has been done by Glynis, it's now at the lake.
Yay,
so it's gone from being in the garden to be at the lake, and that's using the hills and mountains from the starter kit.
Yeah, beautiful. And then we've got some, I think these are good ones as well for gents as well as ladies.
Yeah, I think they're perfect. So you've got the garden shed here, so you've got just chilling out with his little vegetable patch.
Yay.
And then this one here from Carol. Carol's just taken one of the elements on the plates and just created that as the focal point and then tied it in with the beautiful designer paper.
Wonderful.
Another one here from Glynis, again, sort of sitting outside the shed, just chilling out.
Gorgeous. And then I love this.
Another one from Josie, so it's very tranquil. Got the little cat there, sort of playing in the grass. You've got serenity and joy. Little bird sitting on, can you see a little bird sitting on the Chinese lantern?
Oh, it's amazing. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Teasing the little cat.
He is indeed.
This one here from Francis. Now Francis has done a more traditional style, which Barbara sort of covered in the 9 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Where this has sort of been more painted rather than traced out.
Right, there we go.
And then we've got another one here from Linda Page, using that beautiful staircase with the floral bouquets coming down.
Stunning. And then we've got this one here.
From Jane. So again, Jane's just taken an element. She's used some of our designer papers in the background.
Yeah. Love it. Well, we'll show you some more as we go through the hour. Super limited, fastest fingers first and all that. 2 payments of £20.47 is the price. 798135 is your item number. Now we do have some more gorgeous groovy plates for you. Here we've got the Hobbies. Love the Hobbies. That's really cool. The Hobbies and the Pastimes.
Pastimes.
Yeah, and they work well together, don't they?
They do indeed. I mean, in the garden, again, that special offer you've got is 6 for the price of 5. And then on here, the Hobbies and Pastimes, you're actually getting 5 for the price of 4.
Excellent.
So for me, this is like another little mini one-day special. So here it covers all different types of crafting. You've got bakery, moving down, looking at the gardening one. So this one would work perfectly with Linda's collection. Then moving across from there, where are we going? There we go, we've got the artist one. So you can put that little easel in the garden and paint a flower pot, a plant pot from one of the things. Then above that, we've then got the craft room. So on there, you've got a little groovy plate, you've got a heat gun, a glue gun, some brushes. And then finally, we've got the haberdashery one. So we've got this one here, all the different elements, the needles, the bobbins, the knitting, all different bits and pieces.
Wonderful. And then we've also got, look at this.
This is gorgeous gift, from Glynis, isn't it? So again, Glynis has taken some of our new dies and groovy plates we launched on Friday, which is the tags. So you can watch on rewind from those at 8 o'clock. And then this one here, this is what I demoed in the 1 o'clock show. Just very simple, just taking different elements of the plates.
Lovely.
And then another simple one from Linda Page. Again, just put in those little boxes and sort of putting them into little compartments. And it just adds that little bit. And Maria's done the same here with the baking one.
Gorgeous.
And then this one we're looking at next, I did this in the 7 o'clock show last night.
Perfect. I love these. Aren't they gorgeous? Love the colours too.
And this one from Sheila, using the baking and then using that beautiful frame to go around the outside.
And let's do one more.
And another one from Jane. So Jane's mixed all of the plates up. So you've got the paint on there, you've got the bakery, you've got the artistry, you've got the cakes.
Now we're over 70% of the stock gone. It's £31.95, got an £8 saving. 239908 is your item number. And then last but not least, we've got a back by popular demand with this set. So this sold out overnight. So it's on 2-day delayed dispatch. So that's going out on the 4th, which is only, Wednesday? So that's all right.
And again, so these, for me, are your new must-haves. These are your new essentials. They've been illustrated by Barbara. So you've got the 4 seasons. You've got spring, summer, autumn and winter. And then you got the beautiful sentiments plate, and this is actually Barbara's handwriting.
Yeah.
So she wrote all those words out, and then the guys in the office then converted it into groovy, and we also have them available on the website as stamps.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's show you some more samples. This is from Jane Telford.
So again, just taking the frame. See, for me, because you've got these beautiful frames and because it's groovy, you can leave bits out.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you look at this, you could leave the foliage out and replace it with another line or with another foliage.
Oh, look at that one. It's very pretty as well.
So this one from Chris. Again, they were designed to work with the floral alphabet and the floral numbers. So it gave you that beautiful frame to encapsulate your work in.
Marvellous. Oh, and then we've got this one here.
Another one from Josie. See, for me, and when we look at the actual designs, you've got a square, but it's not a normal square. It's more of a sort of an abstract square. You've got a square, then we've got the circle, which is really nice. We've also got an oval. This is another circle, but we've also got the oval, which is the spring, and then autumn, which is my favourite one, which is the heart.
Oh, look at that.
Really,
gorgeous.
really nice.
Isn't it? So pretty. Let's do one more.
And that's the spring one, that's the oval. And that's very simply just the oval as it is, with just the sentiments on there.
Excellent. We're nearly 70% of the stock gone. Of what, sorry, Emily? Oh, the extended delivery, sorry. Yeah, there you go. £31.95, 144062. You can call us on 01733 60 2000, or you can check out on the website at hochanda.com. And we've got some more inspiration. Let's take a look. Marvellous. Now, we've had a question from Linda asking if this kit is good for beginners.
I'm guessing that's not Linda Williams.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
Of course it is. Any of the groovy plates are perfect for beginners. So if you're just starting out on the groovy journey, then these are fantastic because you can take the plate and just trace it out exactly as it comes. And because it gives you that confidence to get that crisp line art, then you move on and you start looking at the plates and you start to build then your own scene.
Right.
So it's fantastic if you are starting out. Now, we do have a starter kit, and we recently revamped this. So we've called it the Deluxe Starter Kit. And what we've done is we've included an extra plate in it. So if we look at a still on the screen, you can see here you've got the plate mate, which is the one that's got the alphabet on. And that holds the A5 square plate. So that will hold the hobbies and the entwined plates. We've then got the mountains, we've got the trees, we've got the nested squares, and the recent addition one is the one on the bottom. It's got the little tags in. That's the adapter plate that takes the A6 square plates.
Right.
And then you get 20 sheets of A5 parchment and the 2 tools that you need to get going.
Excellent.
And an inspiration guide as well.
Very good, and that's on screen, and it's also on FlexiBuy. 2 payments of £27.50, 946,594. Okay.
Okay. So I thought what we'll do is just have a quick recap on what Barbara's covered in the previous hours. So this is what Barbara did in the launch hour. So the demo was prepared by Linda herself, and you can see what we've done. Barbara broke it down into various different sections to show how achievable it is to use these plates.
Okay.
So that was what Barbara did in the launch one. And then at 9 o'clock this morning, Barbara did the beautiful greenhouse. And it was a really nice sort of technique to where groovy crosses over with the traditional, and the little technique was getting in. If I hold this up to camera 3, we'll see here, and the little flower, the little grapes in there were done in a traditional method using a pattern. Which have I got? There's a pattern just there, Alex.
Oh, this. Here it is. Yes.
So this is how you get a pattern in with the plate, and Barbara showed you how you could easily put the grapes and the tomatoes and all the other flowers inside the greenhouse.
Marvellous.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So if you want to see how that one was done, then you go on rewind for the 9 o'clock show.
Lovely.
So this one here, this is where we're going to go on this one. So again, this has kind of been done by Linda. So again, what we've got here, we've got the beautiful shed, and then this beautiful entwined reef in it as well. And it just shows the versatility of the mixing and matching. So I thought what we'll do is do exactly what Barbara did in previous shows. I'm going to bring in each of the plates just to show you where the different elements have come from.
Nice.
So this is the garden shed, which is part of the one-day special. So if I take this and lay it over the shed, so you've got the shed there, which has been put in place, but what Linda's done, she's dropped out the flowers. And that's one of the great things with the groovy plates, is that you pick and choose the elements you want to.
Yeah.
Then down towards the bottom, we've got the little wheelbarrow.
Cute.
Moving along, we've got the little boxes. And then we've got the little logs with the little axe just over in this corner here. Okay. So those elements have been taken from that one plate.
Nice.
Then what Linda's done is she's then taken the spring entwined reef, and when we turn this round, you'll see if I position this on top, Linda has then used the plate to wrap around there. But when we look at the plate's actually got flowers on. So if I just bring that down a bit, you can see it's got the flowers on up here. But what Linda's done is she's left the flowers out and then reintroduced some additional leaves.
Okay.
Okay, so that's taken from there. Once all that's been done, the actual composition, she's then taken the nested square extension plate, which we've also got on the show, and put that frame in. So by putting the frame in afterwards, what happens is it puts the images outside of the frame.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so again, that's where that's been taken from. We've then got the entwined sentiments that come in that bundle. So you've got here birthday and then wishes.
Yep.
So again, you mix and match the sentiments up. And then when we look here, this is actually done on a separate layer. And what Linda's done is that she's taken the greenhouse one. Is it not the greenhouse one? It's the hammock one.
Yep.
And she's put the foliage on a second piece of parchment in the background. And then finally, what was this one for? This one was for the watering can in the background.
Yeah.
So just see, look, when you look at that, you've got the beautiful sort of bouquet of flowers. I'll move that out of the way. You can see that on its own is just a standalone design.
Absolutely.
But Linda's just taken one element
So
from
clever.
there.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay. So where do we get started? Let's pop that safely to one side.
Oh, we're really running out of the one-day special.
Oh, no. Okay. So when you're working with the plates from the one-day special, they won't go in the plate mate that comes in the starter kit. So we do a calligraphy A5 plate mate, which we've also got on the show. And what that does, it gives you that larger area to work on. So what we've done to start off with is we've traced out the shed, but left out the foliage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where we start. It's like when you're stamping and you're masking it off. We're putting the stuff at the front in first, and then we put the stuff behind it afterwards. Okay, so we've traced out that element there, and then what I'll do is I'll show you using the entwined reef. So we're going to pop that in there so that we just work out that's going to go at the bottom, like that. I'm just going to use a groovy tab just to hold the plate in place. Okay, and now we can decide where we want to put that reef. Now if you want to make a smaller card, you just bring the shed in closer, and then you're making it smaller by using the actual design. So what we're going to do here is we're going to position that, let's see, about there I reckon. Does that look about right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go for that one there.
Okay, 80% of the wreath has gone.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tape it down using our groovy tabs, and these are repositionable. So make sure we're going on straight there. So with the groovy system, so Linda, who emailed in saying, are these easy to start with? They are, because all you need is the right tools to do the right job. And what we're doing is we're wiping with the tumble dry sheet, and then I'll bring in my groovy guard. So in the tumble dry sheet, you don't need to own a tumble dryer to have a tumble dry sheet. So you can get these in all. One comes in with the starter kit, and then you can just get them in all supermarkets. And then all I'm going to do is just trace out, and we can see straight away exactly where I've been and where I need to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we just follow through and sort of just trace out the design. Okay.
Yeah, I love I just like the way that it's entwined, this lovely wreath.
Very, yeah, the illustration that Barbara's done is absolutely, it could have just been sort of like a series of circles or squares, but to have it entwined with the beautiful flowers as well. For me, these are going to be my new essential go-to frames.
Yeah.
Because it just adds that extra touch of elegance to it.
Okay, we're nearly limited on those. Everything is going.
Stop talking about
them.
Oh,
don't worry.
No. Seriously, once you get these are going to be my current go-to that I use a lot is this square extension plate.
Right.
Because it's great. It's got the beautiful frame in there. It's got the alphabet in there, but it gives me the layers, and it works perfectly with the Pico squares as well. But these now are just going to add that extra piece in. So you can see here I can choose exactly where I want to go with my design. Okay, so I'm not going to trace it all out because that'd be a bit boring. So I've got one that's traced out. But you can see now how it sort of starts to build up around the design.
Okay, an update on the one-day special. It's technically sold out.
Oh, no.
So that means that all the stock is in baskets. You just need to check out to make sure it's yours. It's technically gone. So thank you very much for purchasing.
Yes, absolutely. You're going to love it. Once you get it home, you're just going to want to play. Okay, so we can see now that this is it with it completed. There's no flowers on it like there is on the actual plate from the entwined, because Linda's chosen to leave those out. Okay, so now what we can do is start to add in the other elements. Now, whereabouts, we need to work out exactly where those elements are going to go, because when we put the frame in, we want to have them just slightly overlapping. So what we've got is a template. And that template is just on a scrap piece of parchment. Okay, scrap piece of parchment, and just traced out one of the lines to give us our frame.
Yeah.
Okay, and to work out which ones you do, what you would do is you would position that over your work, because you can see through the plates, to decide out which ones you want to go with. Okay, so we've got that there. So this is now going to be our template. So what we're going to do, we're working from the back. We've got our template in place, so we can decide exactly where we want that to be. So the foliage at the top is going to be on the inside. And then what we'll do is we'll put a groovy tab just on there to create a hinge.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So now we'll bring in the plate again that's got the wheelbarrow on. See, sometimes it's all about just looking at what's on the design.
Shifting it around,
See, so now, because I want that wheelbarrow to stick out of the frame slightly, because I've got that template in place, I know that that's going to come outside of the frame there and stick out just at the front. So we're just going to pop that over a little bit further. Okay, and then we'll take that in place to stop it moving around, because it's in the right position we need it to be in. And then I can flip that over and then give it a wipe with the tumble dry sheet, and then trace out the wheelbarrow.
Perfect. I like having a wheelbarrow and groovy.
It's nice, isn't it? It's really good. And again, we always struggle to make cards for men. I mean, not everybody does gardening, but I just think these are just a real nice sort of classic, very traditional style of parchment. Just to follow that through. So
lovely.
I know it's gone, but we're going to be using other plates. We've got a plate mate as well. Because it does become an addiction. Once you get them, you want more and more. So again, we'll just place that back in position there. So we're just going to have a look. That's about there.
We'll just give you the details again of the starter kit, because obviously you're using the tool from the starter kit. And it's your deluxe starter kit now, so you get everything that you need to get yourself started. You've even got parchment in there. Once more, you can spread the cost on FlexiBuy. It's 2 payments of £27.50, and item number is 946594.
See, and now we're going to put the little boxes in place. And again, you can choose the various different elements to include in your design. But by having that frame, for me, again, the nested square extension plate is great for adding those finished pieces.
Yeah.
So we're just
the little dots there as well.
Yeah, all the detail, none of the detail's been lost. And it looks sort of, it's quite authentic as well, isn't it? Because you can see the different elements of it. They're not straight lines, they're sort of more aged, give it that proper sort of wooden box look. And then we'll just go along and complete that. So if I've missed a bit, I can see exactly where I need to go. Okay, so now when I position that over the top, I know that that's going to sit on the outside. Okay, so what I want to do now is put that frame in place.
Right.
Okay, so all I'm going to do now is swap over to my nested square extension plate. And make sure it's the right way. So with the groovy plates, what you need to be able to do is to read the word groovy the right way round.
Yeah.
And you'll feel, if you run your finger over it, there's grooves.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then we're going to position that in place. So let's have a look. So if this is, again, where the template comes into play, and we can work out exactly. Now what I need, let me just grab, where did I pop that? I'm just going to run to my end.
Yes.
Do you want to have a quick recap on something? I just need to... Oh, no, here it is. Oh. It's here. It's right in front of me because it's see-through. This is the A4 square plate mate.
I don't think I've seen this.
Have you not seen this?
I don't think so.
It comes in 2 parts.
Yeah.
It's the Celtic A4, because you imagine we was to send that out in the post to you. It's really big, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What's the likelihood of it arriving in one piece?
This is a very good point.
Is it going to go through the letterbox?
No.
No. So what we do is we do it in 2 pieces.
That's good.
And we're just using groovy tabs to create that hinge.
Excellent.
So that when you get it, that's how it comes. And then you just put a couple of groovy tabs on.
Indeed.
And the reason I need this is because my parchment is bigger than my plate, so I've got nowhere to attach it.
Yeah.
So this is where I position the plate mate around it. Okay, so that's now in place, he says. So just release that, pop that in, and then that holds it in place. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we can now position our template back over, which is going to go about there. And now I can line it up with the plate underneath. And now I've got somewhere to attach my parchment to stop it moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So let's just get started on one of the lines. So that's going to be there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to come in at this point. So we'll just give that a wipe with the tumble dry sheet. This is where the groovy guard really comes into play.
Yeah.
Because what it does, it protects your parchment whilst you're working, but also when you're working with a straight line, you don't really want to jump into one of the other lines. So I can go right up against that line. I'm going to stop at the boxes. Okay, and I'm just going to come along there. I'm going to do the next one in at the same time. Okay, and then you can see it's nice and easy. So what this is doing now, I'm turning my work
Yeah.
so it's more comfortable for me.
Yeah, good.
And what this is now going to do is now going to put these elements outside the frame. And it gives a completely different look to your work. So make sure you don't go through the wheelbarrow. So we're going to come along here. So we'll just put this frame in.
Okay.
And then we'll just put the rest of the frame in around here.
Yep, perfect. And then you're just missing those little bits.
Just missing those bits in there so it doesn't look as if you've gone straight through it. We're going to come along there, in between, and then hopefully it will join up if we've followed the lines correctly.
Yes.
So there we go. So that has now given us our frame for our piece of artwork.
Excellent.
There we go.
That looks beautiful, doesn't it? All beautifully
Really simple
framed.
and really achievable.
Yep.
One of the things with the groovy plates is that you can get off at whatever level. If you just want to trace out, then that's fine. If you want to add colour, you can. If you're not into your colouring in, then you use a designer parchment.
Yeah.
We've got a 7-day saver where we've got various different colour combinations of designer parchment, or you go with the designer parchment.
Perfect. I'll go do some numbers for a minute.
Okay, you do some numbers and I'll just work out what I'm doing next.
That's cool, because we've got some updates for you. Now, have a look on the website. We don't have a one-day special anymore. So do check out. We've still got the hobbies and the pastimes though. Do we have any of that, just that one individual left, or has that gone as well, our Emily? I just, from the one day special, I just wondered, there was one. We have a single unit of the floral steps, just in case you wanted that one. That's a full clean house then. Right, so we have got our hobbies and pastimes. I really like these. Aren't they cool? Because you've got your baking, you've got sewing, bit of gardening, bit of painting, bit of artwork. So you've got a bit of everything. Look at that. I love they've got the hearts in the centre there. That's cute. You've got the dress form or mannequin, whichever you like. Look, there's the paint palette with some paint splurging out. I like that. And then up above, there's crafting. So you've got a heat gun. That's so cute. Look, you've got glue gun. You've got a pot full of paint brushes. I love that sample in the middle. I think that's really nice. Here's your baking. Gloves. You've got sugar and flour. Have we got scales on there? Oh yeah, I can see them. Yeah. There's a cake with a slice out of it. Eat cake and be happy. Why not? I like that. If you only do one end of the rolling pin, Emily says, it could be a crayon. Indeed it could, because you can just use the elements if you want. Again, I've got some samples. We've got some fabulous picot cutting going on here. And then all the dots in the centre that's been pierced. This one is by Maria. And then we've got one from Josie with a little bit of sparkle. There we go, like that. Oh, I love the colours behind this one. Got some great white work going on. That's by Glynis. And this one is by Chris Walker. Again, lovely colours, don't you think? And then here we've got one, Plant a Garden, Water Your Soul. That one's by Linda. This one, really nice. It's nice and dramatic. That's by Chris. Oh, this one's really clever. Look at that. Dress form with wings. I like this. Oh, it doesn't say who it's by. I wonder. No, we're not sure. Oh, but it's fantastic. At £31.95, so your item number is 239908. And then we've also got the entwined wreaths. Right, this is now limited stocks. We don't have very much of this at all. Look, there you go. So you've got some foliage in the circles. Of course, you've got spring, summer, autumn, winter. Look at those. They're all slightly different. That one, I like the heart for the autumn. It's nice, isn't it? And that one's a square, but not a square. It's a squiggly square. Squiggly square. Samples again. Show some of these. Oh, and don't forget you've got the sentiments, which are actually Barbara's handwriting. She's got cool handwriting, hasn't she? This one is by Jane Telford. Gorgeous. And then we've got this here. Look at the picot cutting. This is by Josie. Oh, really nice. Okay, let me move on to this one. So we've got this one by Sheila. Nice white work there going on. Winter, this one's by Glynis. I like this because it's off the page. Doesn't that look fabulous? And then we've got this one by Sheila. It's lovely, and that little bit of white work there and the dots, perfect. And then we've got the M, and look at that, the picot cutting in the middle. That is by Glynis. And then again, we'll do one more. Oh, there's hardly any left of these. You really, okay, I can't tell you how many's left, but it's low. It's very, very low. We really aren't going to have anything left. I don't know what we're going to do at 5 o'clock. Right, so, and this last one, this one is by Chris Walker. Now, this is going to be dispatched from the 4th of March because it sold out previously, and it looks like it's going to sell out again. £31.95, 144062 is your item number. So we do have parchment for you. Could give you some parchment. I mean, you do need the parchment, don't you? Now this is the Waimea Falls. Why do I want to say Wilhelmina? I don't know. Waimea Falls and the Toscana 8x8 pads, and you've also got the folder and the Faber-Castell pencil.
Right, okay, so this launched yesterday during the 2 till 4.
Right.
So it was brand new. It was the Waimea Falls and the Toscana 8x8 designer parchment. And what we did, normally those pads are £24.99 each.
Right.
Okay, so that's £50. They're available separately with a £5 saving on each of them.
Yeah.
But if you bring that £5 from each of them over, it's a £10 saving. And then we're giving you another £10 saving, which is the equivalent of getting the folder to store it in.
Yeah.
And the double-ended eraser pencil.
Nice.
So the double-ended eraser pencil is white on one end and pink on the other. The white one is hard and the pink one is soft.
Okay.
So it allows you to take the colour out and also correct any colouring mistakes as well.
Yeah, nice. Good, good. Oh, okay, which one? The wreaths have technically sold out as well.
The entwined wreaths have gone.
Gosh.
Oh no. Right, okay. Well, I'm going to use the sentiment from the ones that they haven't really gone. No, they have gone. So what we've done, we've created another little template. So we've taken birthday from Happy Birthday and the wishes. And what you'll find is, you'll notice here that the parchment we're working on is quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're using the A4 parchment, which is the 250 sheets. We've got a bundle of those on the show, because if you want to start making bigger cards, the A5 isn't big enough.
Okay.
So it's 250 sheets of A4 parchment, and it's about £88, I think it is.
Right, okay.
And it's a real saving. And once you get it, I mean, if you've got craft clubs and stuff like that you go to, buy it and then sort of split it between your friends.
Excellent idea there, excellent idea. So it's on screen and item number is 618981.
Okay.
Big bundle.
It is, and it's real, and it's on Flexi as well.
Nice.
So, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at our template to see where we need to position it. So we've got Happy Birthday. So what I can do now is pop birthday there. So again, we're just going to hold that on.
Oh, how nice. We've had an email from Jane Telford. You know the one with the wings that I showed you? It's hers. Thank you, Jane, because it's nice to give you credit.
So we'll have to make sure we put the name on the back of that one.
Should we show it again? There you go.
Yeah.
So that's from Jane. Just
gorgeous. Very clever, isn't it?
Isn't
that's
it?
just using the haberdashery bodice.
Yeah, fabulous.
From the Hobbies and Pastimes.
Yeah, marvellous.
So we've got birthday, and then we'll find wishes and just pop that just underneath there. See, again, with the writing, I mean, with the plate mate that comes in the starter kit, or the A5 calligraphy plate, you've also got a complete alphabet on there. So you can personalise it as well. So like for Dad, or Wilhelmina, or...
Yeah, I'm sorry I keep saying that, I just do not know why.
I know, sometimes a word will stick in your head, won't it? Yeah. So there we go, so we've got the lovely birthday wishes in there. So should we add a little bit of colour to this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pop that to one side, keep that safe. So when I'm colouring in, I like to colour in on the light panel.
Okay.
Okay, because the light panel can really make a difference because you can see exactly where you need to go. So
we often say, don't we, about the light panel, that it's one of those things that you don't think you need until you get it. You go, oh, why? Yeah. You know, what have I been doing without it?
So this is the light panel, really nice, lightweight. The only downside, or is it a downside? You can't get the internet on it.
Okay, fair enough.
But you can see here, it's nice and thin, lightweight. It's got a micro USB connector to it, so it does need to be mains operated. But if you've got those battery charging packs, a lot of the ladies take them to their craft clubs and work on those as well. So it's got 3 different brightnesses to it. So you've got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so you can see. And depending on the environment you're working in, depends on the brightness that you can put it at. So let's put some colour into the wreath and the flowers. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tape it down with some tape there. And then I'm going to use the pergaliner pencil. So we'll use a combination of the pencils. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in very, very lightly. I'm not putting any pressure on the pencil at all. Because if you put pressure on with the B pencils, what happens is it creates a seal. And you don't want that because you want to get the blendability of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we look at this, it looks really, really sort of scratchy. But by going on lightly as well, it means that you're going to save your pencils because you're not using as much of them. And then what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of yellow just on a couple of these leaves, just on there. And then so we've got the yellow on this one and we've got a brown on this one and then some yellow on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my spot-on sponges and some Dorso oil.
Which you can give me to sniff.
Okay. So the Dorso oil comes with the Dorso crayons. And then one of the best things we've brought out, I think, well, a lot of people think, since we bought Pergamano, it's a blending pen.
Yeah.
Okay. So it comes with the tool and it comes with 23 nibs that are replaceable. And you also get a pair of tweezers as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you forget to take them out, what can happen is it can expand into the barrel and it can be a little bit hard to get out. Okay. So once you finish using them, always take them out of the barrel. And then all I'm going to do is just tap.
Are you ready for this?
It really is.
It's like blink and you'll miss it. Here we go. Here we go.
There's too much. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's too
all
much
you need.
on there. Okay, you really don't need it. And then all I'm going to do is just blend in that yellow first. Okay, and you can see how it takes it from a very scratchy colouring in to a more sort of, it's more like an ink or a paint.
Can you only use the Dorso oil on parchment?
No, you can use it if you're...
Is it on paper
You can use it on paper as well. Yeah. So yeah, so the wax-based pencil you can use on card and on parchment. And then all I'm going to do, because I've got the yellow, I'm just going to blend in the yellow just there. Okay, and I haven't put any more oil on because there's plenty on there to sort of get my blend. Okay, so I'm going to keep that one to one side, the yellow one. I'm going to go to a new nib now. And just keep your little nibs into a pot and then you can go in and reuse them. So we can go along and just blend in that light brown colour.
Nice.
Okay, and you can see, and because it's got that fine point, you can really get in to those areas.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done that there. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with a darker colour and I'm just going to flick in from the edges. Okay, I'm going to come in just from here as well. So this is the red, and we'll just put a little bit on there, and then I'll use a darker brown for the one where we've gone in the brown area.
Yep.
And what this does, it sort of transforms the effect, and it gives it more of a ribbon, the way that the light is catching it. So rather than using new nib, I'm going to go with the brown one that I was using, and then just start to blend that colour in. to the lighter area. I don't want to go all the way in, I just want to keep it concentrated on the edges. Okay.
We've actually got the blending pen on the screen for you with 23 nibs and some tweezers. It's a really good price, £12.43.
Yeah.
781285.
See, and you just slowly sort of just blend that colour in, and then I'm just going to go in, and then the finer the pencil, the sharper the pencil, the more detail you'll get. And I know probably on that with the light panel, for me, I can see it perfectly, and then when we turn it over and we put it up against the parchment, you'll see a complete difference to it. So if I go back to the yellow one, I can then just draw in that red, just to get a nice blend. Now, can you see how it's disappearing there?
Right, because there's a bit too much on there.
oil on there.
Can you go back over it with the pencil?
So I can go back on, so I can put the red back in.
Oh, that's good. I wasn't sure if you could.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So you can just go in and then just build it up. So if you've got too much oil, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
And then, so you can just get rid of it onto a piece of paper, just to sort of remove some of it. See, and then we'll just slowly build that up, and then a bit more red just in the bottom area, just to go in there, just to add that little bit more depth to it. So I'm not going to colour it all in, but it was just to show you how that effect is created on the finished card. So if we hold this up now, turn the light panel off, and then we'll hold this up against, I don't know if the black will really show it or not.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so we can really see, if we hold that there, see, and you get that really nice sort of ribbon effect. See, if you put a different colour behind it as well, so if I put, say, like the craft card behind it, there we go, it stands out even better.
Completely different, that's good.
See? And you can just, and if you make a mistake, if you went for the designer parchment and you've got the double-ended eraser pencil, you can take the colour out.
Okay, yeah.
So if you think, oh, I've used the wrong colourway, then all you do is you take your eraser pencil.
Oh, it's a shame to do that though.
Or if I've gone over the edge there.
Oh, I see, okay.
See, I've gone over the edge, so what I can do is just correct my mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what you would do, you'd go round and do all your colouring in. If you wanted to do some white work, you could do your white work as well. But what I wanted to show you is how we got the different, how are we doing for time?
Yeah, we've got time.
To show you how we then got the layer underneath. If we look at the finished card, you'll see here that this is a separate layer. If I hold that up to the camera like that, you can see it's separate.
Yeah.
Okay, because this one here is in the background. Okay, so how do we get that? So what we do is we've taken a piece of, this is the ivory parchment.
Oh, that's lovely.
And you can get, let's put the light panel out of the way now. We've got the ivory, the soft tones on the show, but also the 7-Day Saver is fantastic because you've got all those different colour tones in it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've traced out the same frame. Okay, because what we want to do is, in order, when we cut this part out here, we need to make sure that we're working in the same area. Okay, so if you trace that out, we're going to pop that on top, see, and we line up that frame like that, so we know it's in the right position. So let me just get this, where have we gone on this one, because it's already been, there we go. So that's going to line up on there. Okay. And then what you do is, you know it's going to be in the right place, and then you take a white Pergamano pencil that comes in the pergoliners, and then you just gently trace around the design underneath, because what that's going to do is give you the area to work within.
Oh, okay.
See, so we can go around, and then, it doesn't have to be exact, but it just gives you that rough guide.
That's brilliant.
On the area, and you can obviously rub this out afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've now got that area. So mine was slightly off compared to, that's why we've got that double effect.
Yeah,
it wasn't my hand that was shaky. And then what we can do is we can then take, I know it's gone, we can take one of the other plates and we can infill that area. And because we've got the white pencil line, we know exactly where we need to go.
Nice.
Okay, so again, that would be the aperture. So where's my calligraphy plate mate gone?
Oh, yes.
So the calligraphy plate mate is great because it's got a really nice font on it as well. And we're just going to pop that into there.
Okay, details coming on for the calligraphy alphabet. It's 1999, 320411. This is what it looks like.
So with the coloured parchment, there's two sides to it. You've got a more shiny side, which is where the colour's been applied, and then you've got a more muted side, so we can sort of see that. So if you want the crisp white line that we get on the normal parchment, then you need to make sure you've got the shiny side facing you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to, I'll just do a little bit on here. So again, we're just going to place that on there. And then the groovy guard from the accessories kit gives you that focal point to actually trace out the design. Tumble dry sheet.
Oh,
so
yes,
you
of
can feel a
course.
little bit of resistance there. So we just wipe that over. So you can use, if you've got the groovy starter kit, you can use the #1 tool, which will give you that crisp white line. But once you progress, we then do a set of Pergamano embossing ball tools. We've got those on the show as well, and it comes in various different sizes. You've got the 1mm, you've got a 1.5, you've got a 3, a 4.5 and a 6. So for tracing out the designs for the crispness, you would use the 1mm ball tool.
Right, I got it. That is on the screen again, £29.23, 734695.
Okay, so all you're going to do, and just take your time, and if you jump out, it really doesn't matter. See, for me, this is where the light panel really kicks in. I mean, I can see through it, but if I was at home, my lights at home are not as bright as the studio lights.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to put the overhead light on, and the table lamp wouldn't be sufficient. So I have the light panel on my lap whilst I'm working. See, and then you just follow it through. But with the coloured parchment, I'm going to show you the little trick on this one. We'll just trace out some of this.
I love how quickly it, it comes together.
It does, yeah. See, traditionally, if this was the traditional pattern, you'd have to trace it all out with a white pen or pencil.
Yeah.
And then the skill is learning to get the right pressure on a soft mat to get that raised line.
Amazing.
You have to do it several times, and it has to be equal, otherwise it would look a little bit odd. And it is a skill to learn that, and it's taken people years to learn that. So all the groovy system is doing is just replacing that one element and opening up parchment craft to a bigger audience. Okay, so we're just going to go around. So you can see now when I turn this over, because I'm working on the back,
oh, nice.
I've got that crisp white line.
Very crisp. It's good stuff.
So say, for example, I didn't want to do white work, I want to turn these leaves green. Okay. If I was to put green, we'll take a green pencil, I've got one here, on top of this one here, for example. We'll just put some colour in these ones. When I turn it over, because we're using the ivory, let's get a little bit of white cards underneath, we can see we've got a green.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a sort of a dirty green.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It doesn't look as green as what it should be. So then what we're going to do is take the eraser pencil, which is hiding, and what I can do is now remove the colour from the parchment. Okay. So that now when so we can see there the difference where the colours come out.
Do you just use a regular sharpener on that?
Yep, just a normal.
Okay.
Yeah. So now when I pop, move that out of the way, just so I can see, there we go. So I can see, so now when I put the green in place, when I turn it, and we can automatically see the difference between the two already. So now when I turn it over, you can see you've got a more vibrant green. So if I put the Dorso oil on there, let's just get a nib, because that will make a difference. We'll just get a nib, and blending pen. And then if I blend that colour in, it smooths it out. So go back to the black matte again.
Yeah, it's easier.
Easy for me to see the line art. And then I can go, let's go with, say, a bit of a darker green.
Yeah, perfect.
So you can just blend in a little bit of depth. I've got some on there as well, just so you can sort of see the difference.
Yeah.
But for me, the blending pen, because when we first started Groovy, we wasn't aware of the pergaliner pencil, so we'd use like the Faber-Castell pencils.
Right.
And then you've also got the Pergacolor pens as well, which are a water-based pen that works perfectly on parchment. There we go, so you can see now the difference it's sort of made.
Yeah,
so you can actually see it's more of a green as opposed to that muddy. I mean, you might want that sort of muddy colour green. It depends what you're working on.
Okay.
But again, if I don't like it, then I can take my eraser pencil and
you can rub the colour straight out.
Rub it out, yeah. So you can do this with the pergaliner pencils, you can use it with your polychromo pencils, and you can just remove that colour out. And then start again and reintroduce another colour.
That's good.
So what should we do next?
We've got 4.5
minutes. We've got no samples to look at. Should we just recap then for people that have just tuned in? Let's just have a sort of a bit of a recap.
What is left, Emily? Okay, fine, right. So we've got. But you should see the count of this. This is just one lone pack shot now. I know. Here's the website. I don't know what we've got left, but there you go. I'll lose iron this one up. Oh, we've still got. Oh, right, we've got parchment. We do have parchment. There you go. And we do have the hobbies and the pastimes left.
Yes.
Yes, which is good.
These are great because it's a different style. So originally, when we look at the hobbies and pastimes collection of plates here, a lot of these are stamps.
Yeah.
So we have these as stamps on the website as well. And what the girls in the office did was they took that line art and they converted it into Groovy and they added extra elements into it. So like the beautiful frame that's going around the garden one, that isn't a stamp. So Lucy and Saffron added these elements in to cram more onto the plate. Again, you've got the little flower pot on there again that you could fill with the flowers. And for me, I suppose, which one's my favourite? It's hard because for me, I really like that easel when it was a stamp because you could build a little landscape in it.
Oh, nice.
So now in Groovy, you leave the brush and the flourish of paint out, and you could put like a flower pot of flowers in there.
It's a little work of art.
Yeah. You can put it next to your craft desk. If you've gone for the one-day special, you can put it in the garden as well.
Indeed.
And when we look at some of the samples that the design team have done, so you've got the craft room one there. So again, so Jane's done this one, and she's taken all that. She's done like a sampler plate.
Yeah.
So she's taken all of the plates in the collection, which is 5 for the price of 4. And just infilled the different areas with the different elements.
That's fabulous. And then we've got this one by Sheila.
So again, Sheila's concentrated on, and what I love about this one is the outside edge. See all these little embossed dots? So that's using the grid to infill from the outside rather than infill from the inside out.
Yeah, lovely. And then we have this one.
I love this.
This
is me.
Oh, this is you. It's wonderful.
Well, it's not me. The lovely Karen Jackson prepped this, and I did it in the 7 o'clock show.
Okay, yeah.
But this is using the new Toscana designer parchment as well.
Right.
And it's just instant artwork because all I had to do was trace out the design, put the different elements in, and then using the eraser that you get with the Toscana and Waimea Falls designer parchment and folder, take the colour out and then just reintroduce it with the pencils.
That's good, isn't it? And then we've got here one
Lovely
by Maria.
one from Maria here. So again, I love the trick that Maria's done here by perforating and embossing within those squares.
Yeah.
It gives the effect of it pushing it forwards and backwards,
doesn't
it?
I agree. We've got another one
This
here.
one from Linda, so this is the craft page, so you've got sort of some embossing powders there, you've got the heat gun, very sort of arty on that one.
liking that. This one's nice and colourful.
This one, I did this one in the 9 o'clock, so if you want to see how that one was created. We did a little bit of dorsing on that one.
Oh, look at this, with the picot cutting.
With the picot cutting. And so the actual shape is from the nested tag dies that we launched on Friday at 8 o'clock Friday morning.
Nice. And look at that's a gift. That's a real gift for somebody. Lovely.
We've got another craft room one here. So very simple, but and it's the paper behind that brings it to life.
Absolutely. And then one more. There we are.
And another one from Linda in the garden. Again, this is the Waimea Falls paper in the background that really sort of adds the detail to it.
Marvellous. Now we are 3/4 of the stock gone. That's all we've got left. It is £31.95. So you're getting. Now, is this the one that's 5 for the...
It's 5 for the price of 4.
Excellent.
Yeah. £8 saving.
That's really good. £31.95. 239908 is your item number.
Don't know.
Don't know
what happens at 5 o'clock.
Oh, no. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you everyone at home. Hope you enjoy it.
Absolutely. And coming up next, we have got Studio Light, our Lou and Adam together. That's a combination, isn't it? Right then, and then we've got Royal Talons and Crafty UK quilting templates.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie, we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators or from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. Each month we will be bringing you a brand new kit that you can purchase on the day of each show. Or if you pre-order your kit, you'll receive £5 off a purchase of £20 or more of any additional products featured within our Craft Along brand shop that month. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
Yes, indeed, when you hear that music, you know there's fun in the air. I know. Look at me being a poet. Look who's here. Lou's here. How are you?
I'm all right. Fresh back from Wembley. Hey!
Oh, you've been to Wembley?
Yeah, yesterday.
What, for the football?
Yes.
Oh.
And we won. Get it.
I don't know who was playing. Was it
City and Villa.
Oh, was it? Well, I never. On a Sunday?
Final.
Oh, well, you know me, I play netball and tag.
That's it.
I don't do football, have you seen my legs? Now,
Go on.
Alu's here, and we're I'm not going to lie, what you currently see on your screen is currently all I have to offer. This is it. £35.97. Now, they're all individuals, but you can buy the entire show for £35.97. I know, I spoil you. But let's break it down a little bit more. So, we're going to start off at the very beginning, 'cause that's a very good place to start.
It is a very, very good place. This is the die.
This is the die that we're talking about. You're getting 6 dies in here. 10% of the stock has already gone.
Oh,
and we've just been
no.
talking about Wembley. 683219 is your item number.
Look at that price.
£9.99 out. Extended delivery, the 10th of March.
Yeah, that's not bad though.
Not long. Week tomorrow, isn't it?
That's no time to wait that. No
Time to
time.
put the Hoover around, spot of polish, it'll be on your doorstep.
Wait,
what am I getting though? Why am I getting these dies?
Right, well, this is from my collection, and it's a yes and no. Hey, I just not. And it was the die that went with the collection, and a lot of people were asking about it, and we said that we were going to bring it on at some point on its own. And what we decided to do was perhaps spend the whole hour showing you how to make the actual signatures and make the journal itself, because it's okay having these things, but
how do you use them?
How do you put them together? Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to show you the little ways that we can do with that.
A quarter of the stock, Lou. Quarter of the stock on its own. Remember, you can buy the entire show for £35.97. You can buy everything that you can currently see. We're going to move on. I was going to show you what it cuts like and what you're actually doing with it, but we'll do all that in demo.
Look at all the demo I've done. I've got paint everywhere, ink everywhere, trying to demo for it all. I now can't do it.
Well, we can listen a bit. Up next little bundle, 10% has already gone. It's going to be a good one, Lou. 10% has already gone. You're getting 10 dies in here once again from Just Lou. I love that. Just Lou.
Just Lou.
Just Lou.
No frills.
No frills, just Lou. Eh?
Is that for 2 of them?
That's the 2, £9.99 again. Dispatched from the 10th of March, £9.99 for both of them. Now, what are we getting? Because I've not seen your collection properly.
Well, you're
really
getting a bargain for the start. That one there is a really beautiful lace one. I'll show you what it looks like when it cuts. And it's really, really lovely. It's based off one of the designs that we've got from where I go all over the country, and I go to these houses and I do these drawings, and that's based on one of them. So. And you can snip that into squares, circles, triangles. You've got all those different types of, shapes in there that people don't have to see.
Little daisies.
Absolutely.
I can see in there as well.
Yeah, you can just change it to however you want.
It is nice. Oh, we've got cues on the phone. I knew we would. Cues on the phone, and 20% of this on its own has already gone. £9.99, 950-397 is your item number. Not only do you get the border though, you also get.
These are brilliant.
Are these the tabs for the book?
Yeah, these are. You can work them on anything else you've got. You've got a key, not a keyhole, like a plaque, a name plaque.
Yep.
You've got dividers. You've got another name plaque. You've got like the in and out is of the index cards. You've got a little corner that makes a great squiggly corner, and they're just really useful because those photo corners at the top, your top right, they've got. They just cut into paper, so you can position them anywhere on your paper and just make photo.
30% has already gone. We're moving on. 950-397 is your item number. £9.99 for both of these. Remember, you can buy the entire show. That's everything you see on this counter. £35.97. If you go for 2, so if you buy everything twice, that will put it into a flexi basket of over £60.
No, don't do that, because I won't have out to myself.
No, go on, do it. Watch Lou sweat for the next 4. We're only 4 minutes in.
I don't tap dancing.
Now, leather sheets.
Right, PU leather, polyurethane, leather, and leather. So that's what PU leather is. Anyway, these are the brand new colours, the pastel shades. They are stunning, absolutely stunning.
Look at these.
You get 2 in a pack, and they are beautiful. And they're really supple. Now, you are lucky enough to have the new colours, but I had one of the old colours, which I still think's absolutely beautiful. And this is a rose gold one, and this is how it cuts. So it cuts.
Oh, it cuts like a. So you can cut it as well with your hands. So imagine all the dies that you've currently got.
Cut, stitch, sew by hand. You can emboss on it, you can heat emboss, you can do all sorts of stuff with it, and it still makes all the crease lines are still there.
All already done for you. It punches all the holes. All you have to do is, but they are cut all through.
Yeah, they are.
A quarter of the stock of the brand new colours has already gone. Oh, we're going to have to move on. I feel. Well,
move on to what?
I don't really know. The website, apparently. Jump to the website, tap the app. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. Don't move yet, Luke. Not until it comes in, and then don't get him told off. So jump to the website, shop by brand. There we go. Now you can shop by brand. Use our little table as like a little market stall, and everything else on the website is like the wholesaler, as it were. See what I've done there?
And then the old sailor.
No, not the old sailor. He works in the office.
Is he the old sailor?
He's on reception now. So. That's what you get. I can't go into that stuff.
No. Right, well, I'm doing this before it sells out.
Oh no, I've got an update. Bear with. Of 80% of the journal die. 80% of the journal die has now already gone. I could reach this entire counter. 80% has gone.
Just like that. Woohoo! Right, OK, I'm getting in there. I'm getting in there.
I'm going to be quiet. We'll let Lou demo. Have you got any emails for Lou? studio@hochanda.com.
Yeah, we might need them.
Let me know where you are. Let me know what you're doing on this beautiful day.
Yes, we might need to fill this hour somehow.
We
somehow we might need to. Right, well, I'm just going to quickly go through some little... Now, I have planned all this, believe it or not. I do this. I keep trying to tell people. So, I planned all this lot to show you, and I don't think I'm going to get there. But the main thing is, you're going to make a journal like this. Don't tell me it's sold out before. I thought you were just going to go like that.
You're all right.
Right, this is the journal. This is by Sammy. You'll know Sammy Thompson. Sorry about the ink on my fingers, sorry about that. And this is the one that she's made. So, this is the other leather. And then these are some of the parts that we've done, but I'm hoping to show you how to fit these in.
Look at this.
So you can stitch them into a journal, into a sort of the PU, and that's with the paper on the other side. So you can mix and match, yeah. So there you go, there's a name.
As remember, we've got the PU leather on the show as well. These are the brand new colours that we've got on the show. You get 2 lots, and a third of that has already gone now. So you're getting 2 of each. We've only got 4 on the counter because they're like gold dust. But you are getting doubles of them, is what you're getting.
I haven't got them.
No, Lou's not even got them either.
Got them. We're all looking at, you can use yours. No, you can't because I haven't got any. Right, OK, just to explain, this fits...
Oh, thanks, Chloe.
This fits an A4 sheet exactly, with just a mere suggestion. Look, start there. Just a mere suggestion. So, I'm going to be using my cutting machine, but you can use whatever you want. But I'm going to show you how this floating hinge actually works. Because on the die itself, you'll notice there's 2 hinges. And the reason we've got the 2 hinges is because more often than not, you're told where the actual spines are going to be, whereas with this, you're not told. You can do this wherever you want. This inner part to it is actually your page. I'll get mine out there. Your inner part is your pages one. Okay. So the inner one's your pages, the outer one is your die. Yeah. So here, there's your journal page, and there's your pages itself, and this is journal cover, and you get 2. Now the idea is you can have that there if you want it, so you can have a journal facing pages going that way and then these facing the other way, almost like concertina, like that. So what you need to do is just think, well, where do you want it? So I'm just going to give you a rough guide where I do it. So I've got a sheet of paper at home, and I know that mine is 21 and a mere suggestion, so I know that this is going to be at 10.5. So I've just made on all mine a little mark there at 10.5 top, 10.5 bottom. Now this is only if you want it in the middle. If you want it any other way, then that's entirely up to you. You put it wherever you want.
Okay.
So, and then all you do, I'll do it with this here. I'll do it with a bit of tape, this tape, because the other stuff's a bit harder to get off. So all you do then is, you get your die underneath. Oh, well, actually, I'll leave it on there. It's easier to see. You get your die. You get your little bit of tape. Now, I've used double-sided tape there because it's quite strong. So I've just done that. I put that on there like that. It doesn't matter how straight or tidy it is or whatever.
No.
Or what now? Is that sold out?
So, don't get angry with me. It's not me. Or Charlotte, we did try, this is why I've not told you before. The dye that you're currently using is now sold out.
So I can't use it.
No, you can still use it because these people got it. They want to see it being used.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just going to get on with the other one then. Right. So basically, quickly, really quick, 10.5. You put the centre line there on your 10.5 line, and then double-sided, and then you do the same there. So that's you fixed. All you need to do then is put that onto whatever machine you've got. I quite like using this like magnetic mat because it doesn't move, but don't forget all these other things you've got from Studio Light. All these fit it.
Oh, you see Lou's thought about
all
this.
These fit, yeah, absolutely, no messing. So that's what you get, and then you die cut it, and all these holes come out. Now, just to remind you that this one also could be a punching hole, and that means when you get your dies, if you don't want to cut your hole and you want to stitch it, then all you need to do is just use this as is. And this is like a punching hole die. So if I've got a sheet of paper and I want to make sure that all my holes pierced in there at the same sort of spacing, I use that, put them all together, put a paper clip on each side and just and punch through. So I know they're all going to be on the same spot.
You know those other dies that we were talking about? 60% of the stock now is already gone.
We have problems with this, aren't we? Right, okay. So
we will still using them. We're going
to have to, aren't we? Frantic. So what I've done is, just to show you, it cuts lots and lots of different things. So it cuts the PU leather.
Yep.
Now, bear in mind, all depending on the machine you use, is the effect you're sort of going to get. I know that some of the more pressure ones, it will cut through the leather. Some of the less pressure ones will just emboss with some of them on the leather. So just to warn you. So I just wanted to show you that it cuts brilliantly on really heavy card, PU leather.
Yeah, it is.
That's watercolour paper. This is my collection papers, and this is cardboard, and this is craft card. So they all cut there, and this cuts through really quite strong papers as well. So what are you going to do with this? Well, let's get. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
What are you going to do with it, Lou? This is the question.
What am I going to do? Well, I was thinking just to show you on the white, only because it's easier for everyone to see.
But you do the same technique on the PU.
Yeah. Oh. Also, sorry, I forgot about this.
That's all right.
What you can do is use some of the stamps to do this, and you can just, you know, I've stamped up a piece using the stamps off my collection, and all I need to do then is I just put my die on that and cut that out of the fabric.
Charlotte, are the stamps on the website? If we shop, we'll have a little look for the stamps for you. You may already get of Lou's collection. Most of you have. Who hasn't? Let's be honest.
So, well, I might have to do something than that then. So anyway, I'll use the papers and stuff, and I'll use white one. So I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping. Can I use these stamps or not?
Yeah, go on.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Right, okay. I feel like...
Are these yours?
Yeah, these are all mine, these. I just feel like, well, what do I do now? I really can't tap dance. You can, I can't. Right.
Well, I can't tap, but I used to be able to. We could waltz around the floor.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to. No, I couldn't stand on your toes. I'd break them.
No, you wouldn't. I could carry you.
You could not carry me. I'm more likely to carry you, love.
Over my shoulder.
Yeah, you'd be down on the floor.
Under this, I'm quite buff.
I'm sure you are. But you'd be under the floor if you carried me. Blooming neck. Right, here's now this. I designed this to look like a blob. But I know it sounds silly, but I wanted it to be a blob, but also have another function. And the other function was...
Map of the world.
Yeah. And I don't want it nice and neat. I want it bits and bobs all over. So I want some of it not registering, some of it registering, just to give you a little bit of idea of how you can build up. So you can use all your own stamps if you want. You don't need my stamps to do if you've got the journal die. But it just gives you an idea. I'm just killing time. No, I'm not. Well, I am, yeah. I'm not going to fib. And then a bit of distress on the top, because I've got some really coloured papers, and I wanted to show you that although you could use the colours I've got, you can make it quite funky yourself. It doesn't have to look really old and vintage. It can be any shapes, colours, anything you've got. But I quite like the idea of it.
Love this stamp.
Changing it. And it doesn't look like a world stamp now, it just looks like a few blobs. But I wanted it to sort of look like a coffee stain or a blob stain. But then if you look at it, you could really make it... Sorry, I'm just, you know, usual cleaning.
The details on the screen at the moment are for the, I can say it, the only dies I have left on the show. You're getting this absolutely beautiful, I was going to call it a lattice, but it's sort of a mixture of a lattice. If I show you the back, you can see what you're actually getting. So you get this beautiful, beautiful design. So you've got the daisies in there, you've got circles in there, triangles in there if you want them there as well. Not only are you getting that though, we've also then got, you've got the beautiful corners that are here, the flourishes. This, if you're into your journaling, this is perfect for the little tabs that you can put on the corners of the papers. And I can show you the tabs on Lou's one. So you see the tabs that are just here, so they can fold over the page, so now you can lift up. We'll see if Lou can cut these out during the hour.
I've got more coffee.
So you can see what you can do with them now to pop them on the back, so you can find those perfect pages as well. Very busy across the board. 70% now of the stock of the dies has now already gone. Remember, we've got the dies. So if you went for the dies now and the PU, what would that put us on? I'm going for £25.98 for both of them. And you get 8 of these because you're getting double.
Yeah.
And they are beautiful.
They are really, really beautiful colours.
Cut like a dream.
These are really, they're not like insipid pastels, they've got a nice depth to them as well. So they are lovely.
40%.
Right.
40% of the new colours have now already gone. £15.99. Remember, it's 4 pastel colours, but you are getting 2 of each as well for £15.99. So look at those; they are beautiful.
Right. What I've done is just while you were doing numbers, I wanted to show you on this side. You can see it's. I was really concerned because I've had some dies before that when they cut through. I don't want scoring lines that cut through, and these didn't. And that is really heavy duty, guys. Not that you need me to do it. I just want to do it. You can hear how heavy it is, can't you? So, making him laugh.
Oh,
he's missed me. He's missed me. But
I have. I've not worked with you for ages.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it? You've had your holiday now. So it's my advice, always punch both ways, and that means press both ways. So what happens is, you don't shock. It's like shocking this crease. If you shock it, it can crack. But so best always both ways. So you've got your die and it fits.
Look at that.
Like that. Yeah? So that's it without any holes there. But, you know, on some of the others, just to show you, I have also done them on both sides. So you've got them there and there. But I'll do all of them to show you what they look like. So when you fold these, I will have holes there as well. So anyway, now just to show you on this, I'm going to show you on a couple of ones so you've got an idea of what it looks like.
Okay.
My idea is you could do a couple of things. You could create one using this. So I could then stamp some metallics on this, or I could then, using one of my leathers, line it. Now that will become really, really sturdy. So it's really, really quite thick and sturdy. So don't, you know, I asked somebody asked me online and said, well, how do you line it? And I just said, well, just with anything. And I think they got a bit confused, but yeah, you just line it with anything. So on this one, I'm going to use the green that's on there, and I'm going to use this paper to sort of add to it. So even though that's quite vintage, it doesn't sort of make that look as grungy. It sort of changes it up a bit.
Nice.
So all you do to do this, my advice is plenty of glue. I would use a good strong glue. I'll use the other one because that's a little. There's thicker ones. I'd use a thinner one and just roll it out. Now I've found when I'm doing this that the best way to do it is to just put some glue on.
Is this the same glue you use on your PU as well?
Absolutely, all of this. I'm just using this. You can use your PVA. I'd use a thicker, not a dead runny one, and just a really thin one squirt of water. Maybe another one, it's not squirting very well. And that all that is that I can now sort of go into that with my... Won't use that yet. It'll start to give it a little bit more damp the fibres down ready, so it will glue better. So you just roll that out. You don't. It doesn't matter too much about having it everywhere, but what you do need to do is just get that.
Lou, love.
Oh,
Lou,
what
Lou,
now?
I'm going to let you do this, and then we're going to have to stop and take a little break. It's frantic in me and giving me a little bit of a headache. So what we need to do is we need to go to a little VT because we all need to regroup.
Right, will you roll it out with the glue, look? Because if you roll it out like that, you push your old glue out and you've not got any tricky ends. We've run out of everything. What we're going to do?
You don't want a tricky end. Imagine.
It's painful,
now,
tricky ends.
Speaking of tricky ends, here's one right here. It's our Freedom VT with our Janice.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot. It's the discounts and all the special offers you get. I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there. I'm able to just shop when I'd like. It's just good to have.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Just taking stuff willy-nilly, she is here.
They've got mine, I'm having theirs.
We were just discussing under that little break. We all regrouped and we did it quite quickly, actually, and then Janice was just waffling on about freedom. But she's very good at waffling. We were chatting about puffings. Have you heard of puffings? Pancakes and muffins mixed in the same tin?
People do this and it's like, what? Why don't they get
Oh, we read the pan first and then we started talking about puffins. Anyway, I digress. Dyes. Very busy on your dyes, and over 70% of the dyes have now already gone. The details are on the screen. 950397 is your item number. £9.99. You are getting both of the dyes that you currently see. We're going to use them in the next demonstration. This is what we were regrouping about, you see. We're very, very busy across the board. And you also get your flourishes and your tabs as well in your journaling as well. But not only have you got this, look at the price that you're getting. It's more... £9.99. You're saving £9 on these as well. This is a brand new bundle for today as well. They've never been bundled in this way before, so you are getting them first as a new bundle, which is amazing. You're getting the best of both at £9.99. Does that work out to be roughly? That does work out to be £4.99 a die.
Daft that.
£4.99 a die.
A fiver for that.
Or a die set, because you get the sets. Is what you
fiver
get.
for that, and that worked. And the other one works out. No, because you've got 2, 4...
10 dies, 99p a die.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to check.
That's what she was trying to get at, you see. £9.99, 950397 is your item number.
Right. All I've done is, just to show you, in fact, I didn't show you, did I? Right. OK, so this lace dye, well, it's not lace, but this was taken from, I think it was Hever Castle. Good old Hever Castle, off one of their decorative I think it was wall hanging and wallpaper, and it was a beautiful design. And I thought, really like that. So me and Angela, well, Angela more, and she took my designs and drawings and then she put it into this. And this is also part of my stencils, you see. So it all works together. But I wanted to show you that out of a A4 sheet, this goes into it four times. So now there is tape on the back of this, but that's just there. But I'm just going to put this on this one because it works on this one, and I'm just going to do it that way. It don't matter to me. And I'm just going to show you in one cut. So now you can use any embossing machine you've got. I do use them all. I use whichever is here or I bring. We've all got different ones. Use what's best for you. It's a very intricate die, this. So I am going without a safety net here.
Oh, hang on.
Go on. Go on.
What, me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's cut.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wait, that's all right. I'll do that again.
Go on, do that thing that everyone does.
No, you do it. You can do it.
They all do it.
You do it. Go on.
They all do it.
Whack! Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, there is still some in there, but...
You'll blow that out. There we go. Look at that. And don't forget, keep that, because that...
Is a mask.
Is a mask. So you could do it as a stencil, or the edges, which is, I'll show you another little trick with this.
These will all pop out.
Yeah.
I'm just being far too gentle.
I just whack it like that and it goes, it's like confetti. So, here's been, look at that though. But the art, tell you what though, little trick, is paint it with PVA on a plastic sheet twice, front and back, and peel and off a non-stick sheet, peel it off, and you've got a rubberised mask.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah. There's tip number 2.
Oh, you're doing well with your tips today.
I am. Right, so here we go now. Here's your... Now, at home, you're going to have, 1, more chance of sort of knowing what you're doing, and 2, no, you're going to have your own equipment here. So I wasn't planning on having to do this, which is quite funny. So this is stuff I do at home. I like to cut these edges because I like these because they echo the sides. So I would normally cut this a bit straighter and then just use this as an edge for my, I don't know, sometimes it might be for lettering, it might just be envelopes, I don't know, just...
Approaching 80%. 80% of the dies now has already gone. If you want them, I would get in quick. Give the call centre a call or jump to the website or tab the app. It's the only way you're going to get them now. We're very busy across the board. 80% of the dies have now already gone.
Oh, gosh.
It's worth going for.
It is. Right, so just to explain, why did I do that? Well, that edge echoes that. So if you did want to do your paper piecing,
okay,
you could almost sort of change up your colours. I mean, I've done it a bit silly, you know. Actually, that'll be all right. You can change up your colours because it will still fit, and you could put your paper piecing in like that if you want. You get me?
It would be beautiful paper piece.
Yeah, it would. So you can do it like that, or if you still want it just to have a little embellishment down the side. But these look stunning. So what I'm going to do is I've got the page piece that comes out of my journal.
Mm-hmm.
And just to show you that you can use it like this if you want, you can use it on any surface, but I really like this on sort of similar, it almost gives it that vintagey chic look, you know, where even though that's sort of really grungy, this lightens it up a little bit because it's pink, so it's not as grungy, but just show you what I'm going to do. Put a bit of glue out, not a lot, come on. You don't need a lot, and what you can do with this is, depending on your machine, of course, you can go in with your, I know Clarity do them, the sheets, the sticky sheets.
Oh, okay.
Paul's there, he can tell me what they're called.
Double-sided.
They're the ones.
Double-sided adhesive sheets.
Yep, and you can put them in your machine, and then anything like this, it's perfect for stuff like this, isn't it, Paul? Really intricate stuff. And it doesn't flick about then. But this, all I'm doing is, and this isn't the best way to do it, because if you're the safest, cleanest person in the world, you'll get bits flake, you know, glue everywhere. But I just wanted to show you how really nice that looks.
It does.
It doesn't look over the top. I would go inside there with the glue, maybe, you know, on a cocktail stick or something. And then what you can do is just to bring out that colour a little bit more. I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with this vintage just to, because I want it to sort of fade into there almost like layers of lace. And the way you do that is to add that colour into this. So just a vintage photo, and this is Distress Oxide ink. And all I'm just going to do is just ink the edge, and you'll see what I mean. It starts to look.
I think this is my favourite colour in Distress Oxides.
Yeah, good old Tim Holtz.
Vintage photo.
He knew, because he knew what he was doing then when he said, let's get these like browns in. Because they've just once they hit the market, it's sort of like, wow, what did we do without him? And all these colours just opened up infinite possibilities. So we've got that there now. We've got this nice, and I'm just going to blend it a little bit because it does look a little bit harsh around the edge. But then, so that's what that looks like, quite nice on. You can change it up again. I can go in now with an orange and really sort of lighten it up. And this disappears now. So you can see now how you can really build up quite vivid colours, but adding your distress and top of others, you get a really nice effect. But what you can do now is
80% of these dies have now gone. You get them with the corners as well. Remember, you don't just get this one. You get 10 dies in total. Works out to be 99p a die.
If you run your Distress Oxide or whatever you want on whatever you've got on top of it, it really then brings it out, and then you get a wonderful, we call this like a cathedral window effect, and you can see now it starts to look. Now if you screw this up and undo it, screw it up, undo it several times, it'll become what we call faux leather. So it'll look like old-fashioned leather.
Will it?
It starts to look a little bit like that, but you get this patterning on it. So this is just one way of working with it. I'm going to show you now how we're going to work with it in other ways. Now, this is the sort of effect that you can get. Let me get a piece of white. This is, believe it or not, the same sort of effect, faux leather, but you can't really see the effect. But I'm going to show you now how you can get all these different shapes. So the first thing is, the first shape you see is
circle.
Circle. So I'm just going to chop down. Now, when you do this, just keep in mind circle. Okay, circle, because you'll get your eye goes off, and you sees everything else. Yeah. So then what we're going to do is
it's a bit like a Ferris wheel.
It is very much so. Then we're going to chop one away there, and this is just chopping the outer corner. And this is it's quite therapeutic, this. It's like finding the hidden things, because you say, oh, look at that pattern, oh, look at that pattern. So now that's just taking the outer edge off.
Hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Then what we'll do is, we can do, the real simple one is where we just take these off. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because somebody says to me, well, what can you do with these dies that we buy? And it did surprise me, but I do understand that sometimes you can't always see the patterns, and it only takes someone to show you once, and you're like, oh yeah, I get that. Now the one you said,
the Daisy, approaching limited stock. I thought I'd get it in now. Approaching limited stock, Lou.
Right, okay, we better work on leather soon. We've got the other die on. Oh no, they're both together.
They're both together.
Oh, flipping heck. Right. So there's the Daisy, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going home. Right, so you can see now, but you can also change the sides, and I can make this really big, so I could follow it 2 daisies down and 2 daisies up, but just so don't think. Now, if you glue a few of these together, you get these. He's laughing now. He's laughing. He's off.
Done. I'm going off.
He's off. Here we go. Here we go. He's off on one now. Right.
We're limited stock.
What, on everything?
Well, no, just on the dies. Limited stock on the dies. Is what we are, Lou.
I feel like Les Dawson. I stood here like this. Right. If you...
Who? Literally, Charlotte May went, who?
I know.
Les Dawson. Oh.
I've got shoes older than you. What's
It's probably got meat in the freezer older than our Charlotte.
Oh, beige food, it's called that, isn't it? Beige food, beige, yeah. Ooh. Right, this here are the die cuts from my lovely friend Carolyn, and all she's done is used ordinary paper and just stacked them up. So the same can be done from them. Here is, I'm getting them, I don't care whether they're sold out or not, I'm saying it. This is corrugated card, and you can use it like that. And just to show you, this is corrugated on one side and plain on the other, but look how effective. Like that. So that's that one, and this is cut out of corrugated card. And there's no way you'd think that it's corrugated card, but it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is, because it flattens. There it is, you can see that one better. Corrugated card. And these are the little index tabs. So these, even these little bits cut out, and you get the strips that go on the top. But every bit of this is worth keeping, because you've got that bit that can go back in there. So all this can be embossed with the leather as well. So I'm going to have to go without a safety net with the leather.
Let's do it. Do you want some of mine?
Yeah,
What
please.
colour would you like?
I'll leave that up to you, my love.
Oh, let's go.
Now the leather embosses, but I've not used this machine with the leather. So if it all goes peak tongue, then I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do but tap dancing, mate. Tap dancing. Oh, blue, yeah.
We're going to go blue.
Go for blue. Get in, blue.
I like all of them. It was a hard choice, but it was either blue or the lilac.
It's a beautiful colour, that. I know it's not a Man City colour, but it's not far off. Did I mention that Man City won again? Was it Wembley yesterday? Man City, you know.
Yeah, woohoo!
Get in.
I really don't understand. Wait.
It's called football. It's when they kick a ball about.
Do they have an interval?
Yeah, they do. They don't go, well, they used to go off and have a drink and a pint and the odd piece of tobacco, you know. Well, proper old footballers. Nowadays, yeah, they go off and have
an orange.
They go off and have some sort of recce treatment, I think. Well, it's true they have all this, but years ago they'd went off and someone would throw a bucket of cold water on them. Get on there.
I used to play football for a little league side. And my uniform, you see, I didn't play long. My kit was the cleanest every week when I come off the pitch.
Can you imagine him doing that? Can't you? Can you imagine him going, "Oh, my dear me"?
I used to dread it every week. I did absolutely dread it.
I was a better footballer than you.
I'll have you know, I was Birmingham's under-12s football champion.
I can imagine that. I was just fat, so they put me in goal. But whatever I played, well, hockey, netball, she's fat, get her in the goal. Get her in the goal, she's a fat. It's true, that's what they say. Oh, no, we didn't, it's all PC. Yes, it was. Get the fat bird in the goal, that's what they used to say. Right.
Die cuts.
Die cuts. So what I've done is, I've cut a little bit off. Don't waste this, because you can make amazing... I love doing this to Adam.
We've got another show later as well at 7.
Yeah, so, and we're not selling it. No, do not. I don't want anyone buying out now for the rest of the day.
It looks good, it's over there.
These are great because you can make little leather beads with these. And all sorts. But all these little embellishments that I've just shown you, the grey cut out of it, because then it all mixes and matches. So I've just cut a little bit. You be a bit more frugal.
50% of the leather sheets now have already gone.
Do you know, I've just got to touch something, and so that's it. Right, I'm hoping it. I'm going for it. I'm going in.
Go for it. The details on the screen at the moment are for the leather sheets, but we want you for this to cut. 725165 is your item number. £15.99. Remember, you're getting 2 sheets of each is what you're getting. So your 4 pastel colours, there'll be 8 pastel colours is what you're getting. So you get 2 of the blue, 2 of the lilac, 2 of the sort of mint green I'm going to go for, and 2 of the pink. Are you calling it pink? And 2 of the pink.
It's not stuck. This is my double-sided tape, look. That's that. Look, I promise you. It's not that, it's my tape, look, that's stuck. Ready? And that bit that I didn't cut, so it does cut it straight. And can you see how it's not on the end? So it's not this fault, it's mine. It's computer. It's not
error.
It's operator error. It's not computer error. Look at that. Can you see? I don't put it on the edge, so it's not this. But what you can do is, I know our Paula's good at this. She can sort of change where the cutting edge is with a fabric or paper and just change it completely so it looks totally different then. So anyway, we've got that. Now, I'm thinking that would possibly cut through with that, because I think it would there.
Okay.
Because it's that strong, this machine, but I'm thinking it might not. I'm going to go for it.
Put your mug of tea down.
You ready?
Put the coffee next to you. This could be dangerous.
I'm going to do this little... No, I'm going to do that bit there just in case. No, I know those of you at home...
I've got a funny feeling in my
There's
tummy.
no safety set.
Set?
There's no safety set here. There's no safety net. I'm going for it. I'm going in.
Here she goes. A limited stock on the dies. Oh, I said that. I got all sidetracked. Limited stock on the dies now, 950397 is your item number for 10 dies is what you are getting.
Now, this is intricate. If this works, then I've not tried this, I promise you. I wouldn't tell you all that anyway, because I know someone would find out. Now, it might not have cut it all. Or it might have. Right. It's cut it out, but it's embossed it as well. So, I think if I'd have put a shim on that, that would have cut all the way through. But at the moment, can you just see?
I quite like that though.
I do. I think you might get some of it coming out, but if that was me, I would probably, because it's not all come out at once, what I would tend to do is I would cover that with paper at the back, so that if there are any that cut through, it'll stick to this. Or it'll stick to this, so it doesn't come through. So what you could do is you could get some of your gold or silver or your embossing powders and just go over it. So what I'm going to do is new that. Won't be for 5 minutes. You watch. Give me 5 minutes, and that'll look like somebody's dragged it through the edge. Right. I'm just going to do it a little bit like gingerly.
Is that because it's new and it's juicy? I hear people say.
No, well, you could say, but what I'm doing is I don't want it to be all. I want it to just hit and miss, because I'm going to put a bit of the same colour, but a bit of sparkle. So you could put on two. I've got two actually. So I've got a pearl and a sparkle, the same colour, but you're just going to get a different finish. So I've got my little bit of paper. So you could do this with anything you've got at home. You don't have to stick to the same colours if you want it to look aged, vintage, sort of French chic. You just change the colours you're using and like the glitters. It wouldn't really go for some sort of looks to have glitter on them, but I think this will look quite nice with this.
I think it will. I think all these colours, all these pastels would look nice with a bit of glitter.
I think these, I'm getting more to lending myself to, when I'm doing this sort of stuff, to tone on tone. I think it just works so well, because I get over glittered and over glittery. So this, just going to get the excess off, and I'm just going to see. Now you would make sure that that's in the right place, so. Because it is PU leather, you're going to need to just be quick with this. So, oh yeah, look at that, it's embossing beautifully.
Look at that.
It's puffing up. Hey, look at that.
It is, it's like a proper jacket. Are you getting that raised texture? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can, look, just there, look.
Oh, wow. Do you know, I get people asking me, oh, can you do this, can you do that? And I'll say, I don't know, just try it. Because that's half the fun, is just trying it yourself.
Well, that's the thing. And before you go to your main book cover, try it on that little bit that you cut off.
Perfect.
Use that little bit of scrap that you got, use that as your tester stamp. So emboss it. Put through one of your little dies. It doesn't have to be your main die, because all dies will work the same.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good thing, because that way you can keep a
little book.
Yeah, like write down when you've done it, and you can also use this as a stencil.
You could keep it in your journal that you're making.
Of course you could. That makes sense, doesn't it? But you could use this. I'm wondering. Excuse me. There we go.
Oh, I can't do that. I think it's the studio.
Sorry, I've got a bit of a sniffle. Yeah. I'm wondering. Oh. Now, you'll get different designs, but I've got the same design as that, so I could use this as a bookmark now over the top.
Yes.
So that would work with it. So then you get your bit of paper again. Now this, because that's raised, you're going to get a different effect totally. So, I'll use a bit of pearl, or shall I use a different colour? What do you reckon?
Go on, get your pearl. Oh, are you going different?
Pearl.
No, go on, you do whatever, don't let me...
I'm going to use pearl, because if it's going to be with that, it's just a...
Pearl the singer, Alki Brooks. Oh, look at this now. Do you want me to put that in while you heat?
Oh, yes, please. Right, now, I'm going to show you just before, because I know how good I am. Ah, camera's out. You can see there how... maybe I need to wiggle it. You see,
there you go.
That was just through my die cut. So, you've got 2 for 1 then. So you can do die cut.
The die cut though, hanging on by a thread now. Hanging on by a thread, you're getting 10 dies for £9.99. It works out to be 99 pence a die. You're getting the one that you've just seen, and you're also getting the tags and borders as well. That's already in there. So in theory, you are getting both of them. You're getting both of them that you see just here. All of these. For £9.99, you're saving £9 on this.
How beautiful is that? That is just, that's stunning. I'm rubbish at this wiggling stuff. Go on, wiggle it a bit. I'll wiggle it too. Do you see it? Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Look at that.
And because it's so flexible, it's not breaking, because these wow powders are brilliant like that.
I like that.
So what you could do is when you've got this all set up, and you could even emboss this bit here, and die cut that. That could be then cut down a little bit, and you could have that sort of coming out. I'll show you what I mean. And as like a bookmark, so you can sort of see where your pages are. But yeah, so for me, if that is going to cut bits and bobs, I would be a little bit unsure. If like it's sort of cut, can you see?
Yeah.
So I would be a little bit unsure, and what I would do is I would get perhaps, you know, a piece of paper or even fabric, but I would get something that matches. So I would go with pinks, and I could just put an inner page on the inside and just mask it like that or like that. So it's entirely up to you how you do it.
Beautiful, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's the page inserts. This would be a better fit, because that just fits to your cover where it goes over. Another thing you can do with these is you can actually just ignore where the dies are. You don't have to put the that in. So you can take that out altogether, and you can just have it as a little purse.
Oh yeah.
So it just makes these lines wouldn't really matter, and you just put a little button on there and now I know there's a lot of people out there who want to know how to can I do this?
Well, no, it depends depends what they want to do.
I know a lot of people out there who want to know how to lace.
Oh, yeah. She likes the sound of it.
Right.
Charlotte loves a bit of lace.
Okay.
We won't pry.
Okay. Well, it's not. I've not glued it properly because I was rushing before. So what you would do is, just to show you, there's a way of doing this, and you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? I've wrote it all down. I have, seriously.
And she has.
Because I only had this at the match yesterday. I had to do it. Can you imagine? You only take a little bag into Wembley.
You did all this in Wembley?
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. Because I had one at home, but I'd forgotten it, so I had to do it again. So all here are the lacing diagrams for you. So if anyone gets stuck, they don't know what to do, I'll put this on my group for you, okay? So all laces in. So...
We've had a technical sellout of the dies.
Is that everything then?
We've still got the leather.
Right, well...
but the dies, so technical sellout on the dies, but I wondered why it was quiet, Maya. We've got them back on extended delivery. Dispatch from the 12th. It was only a 2-day wait. Dispatch from the 12th, an extra 2 days. Dispatch from the 12th, £9.99. 950397 is your item number.
Right, I'm just going to do one of the holes to show you, but you can do 2. Now, if you start at the top...
Got about 6 minutes.
This will be great, just so... I know I've had a lot of people say to me, we don't know how to do the dies, and I said, the lacing, and I said, right, well, I will do it. So, the punching the dies, make sure that... You see, I've not even matched that up, but, you know, it's been a bit rushed, this one. Right, OK, sorry. I'm back. Right, now, there's a way of doing this, so... If you start from this side, you go in.
So is this the front?
Yes. If this is your front, right, if that's your front.
Okay.
So if you go in that way.
So in from the front.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to work with this. Right, you go in that way, pull, and then you go through the middle. I can see this being fun. And I did have a big needle, but I've left that as well. So in, out, and then in. And then what you can do is leave it at that.
Okay.
Do the other one the same way. So you've got it like that. So you've got in, out, in, out. Now, shake it all about. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? And what you could do then is put some embellishments on here, and then I could do the other one the opposite way.
Out, in.
Yeah. But if you want to do it double, you sort of do that. So when you get to this, so you've gone in, through, out, through, back through. And bear in mind your pages would be in here. I'm only doing it because if I try and do that with pages there, all you'll see is my fingers in the way, right? And then that there. Now, a couple of people have said, well, what do you do there? Well, the way I did it is I did this and had this just hanging on the outside like that with some beads. And I'll show you, I did some little paper beads.
This one.
And there was in a little, there they are, little paper beads out of the same colour, and I just attached them to there. So that's one way of doing it, like that. So either way, in, out, right? So it's in, out, in, out. You can then, what you can do is if you don't want to do it in, out, in, out, in, out, and you want to, what we put like, signatures that you don't want to stitch in, because this would be stitched in then. Whereas if you just want to slip the signatures in and out and like, oh, crying out loud, and have a book that you could keep putting new pages in.
Oh, okay, like when you see the elastic ones, and you can just
that's all you do
when
with
you
this.
and you just put the page straight in.
Yeah, so you do that, get rid of that bit there. I put a bit of spit on it, but I know not everybody likes to see that. So a bit of.
Could you not just burn the end?
You can do, but I've not got a lighter either. Oh, so you just do that. No, I wouldn't be even doing that. So all you do is you just do that. You put a knot at one end. Put a couple of knots, depending on how big your yarn is, or wool. A couple of knots there. Bring that down. Now it's not big enough. Right, and you do the same there, but I tend to put a bead on and just put there, and then all you do is your pages
like this, look.
Just fit. Now, you'll say, well, that holds a little, yeah, it is, but that's why I put a little bead in there, because you need it to be just a little bit bigger. If you haven't got elastic, that is. If you've got elastic, it doesn't matter. It takes up the different size. But that fits just there with a little bead on it. So I'll show you what I mean. It needs to be slightly bigger for the page. See, because the hole's a bit bigger than the page.
Okay.
So if you just leave it there and have it there, or you've got a piece of elastic, but that's basically all you do, and have a little bead there. And then that's all you do, keep slipping new pages underneath it. So all that. Here's another one, looks quite nice. So, you know, you could put that one in and have this as another signature there. And have that, you know, in the middle that way. So it's entirely up to you. Just keep folding that over. Have a little bead on there. And I always think it looks nice if you have beads and tassels here, because it just, to me, it finishes it off.
Yeah, it does. And then you can sort of make it your own. They're the little finishing touches that make it your own, don't they? They add it to your journal, as it were. We've only got 2 minutes left.
And I know. And just to say, though, you can have one that way and one sewn in. So if you want one permanently stitched in, you can do it with the first set of those.
Okay.
And keep this one. Say you're using graph paper or tracing paper, just keep using that for a renewable one. And then this one would fold in that way. So you'd end up with that there, that there, that there. So I hope, well, that's been I've got to run over there now.
When you want next?
In about 5 minutes.
Then when you want again?
At 7.
Then when you want again?
tomorrow.
There you see. We keep her busy when we've got her. We don't let her go. You're up with Janice next.
Yes.
What? Oh, you want it? You wait until you see this next show. You thought this?
Thought it was
There's
safe.
a whole canter over there. Oh.
Hey, you've got 4 items over there.
We are very busy. But
I'm just cleaning
you
up.
are home.
I'm not the self-like person. I've got to shoot over there.
You're going to go that far. You're already there.
Yeah, but it takes me ages to get all my rubbish over there. Oh, well.
Do you want to go now?
No, everybody can help me. You'll just all have to...
We'll all start caving up. The details on the screen are for your leather, is what we're looking at. Remember, you're getting double sheets of your leather as well. £15.99, 725165. But don't forget about the dyes as well. They're now on extended. They sold out. We bought them back. It's only a 2 extra day extended, so it's the 12th. Everything else is from the 10th. I say everything else, we've only got the leather left, the PU leather. So the dyes are on here as well. 10 dyes, it works out to be 99p a dye, 9.99, 950397 is your item number. Thank you, Lou. I think you did very well.
Thank you.
Very well.
That was funny. That
was good. It was good. Now don't go anywhere. There's so much more to shop for here on Hochanda, and you wait until you see the next show. More, what you could say is like the essentials that you really do need for the next show.
Oh, yeah, they are good.
They are good, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Join Janice and our Lou up next. Make a brew. Put the kettle on now. Put it on now. Quick.
Lou change.
Run, Lou. Run, love. Leave that. Leave your cushions. You don't need them. Put your comfy shoes on. Now, coming up next, it's our Lou and Janice. Don't go anywhere. Do you want me to hold anything, Lou? Do you want me to grab anything? I'm fine. I'm here. I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to the next show, but I've got a few moments to tell you about Graphic 45. Do you love the Graphic 45 papers? If you do and you love their designs, then how about building, making and creating? That's exactly what we've got here. We've got 2 kits. One of them, I'm going to have to read this, I'm not going to chance it, is a Z-fold front flap card set. There you go. Wow, I said it. It's all here in black and white, and you do get all the full instructions as well. So let me show you some of the projects you could build and create. I mean, this is beautiful, isn't it? And again, with the Graphic 45 papers, because you've got that lovely black detail in the background, it makes everything pop out, doesn't it? It really does. Your calendar tag album and treat box, isn't that beautiful? You, of course, will decide which part of the papers that you add into your project, but you do get the full instructions to follow. Your details are on the screen, and it's 2 payments of £25. So it makes it affordable when you divide the cost into 2. It's wonderful, isn't it? £49 and 99 pence. 920955 is your item number. So if you do want to get hold of either of these kits, the details are there on the screen. The one you're looking at now is your Z-fold front flap card set. Oh, and I did have to read that again. But isn't it beautiful with the lovely images that are in there? Enjoy this when you get it home. Make your choice. This is $34.99. 973636 is your item number, you lucky people. But because the cost is divisible by 2, you could go for both if you want.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
I look like I'm going to make some muffins.
I'm just laughing because I was just there like that and I went, is that you?
You're right, Lou.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, we've got a great show lined up. You've had an hour of Lou, you've got another hour, so very, very lucky at home. What have we got in store for everyone in this show today? Because I can see it all coming up on the counter.
Yeah, we've got Ecoline, so we've got Royal Talent.
Oh, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about Royal Talent and why you like it so much, because I know you're a huge fan.
Yeah, well, his name was Ecoline, No, sorry, his name wasn't. His name was Talland, sorry. 1899, and he started with the printing works for print inks and stuff, which then sort of went into the art industry. And then, he was renowned in the Netherlands for it. And then in the 50s, Queen Wilhelmina decided that she wanted to say, look at all this wonderful material, we need to get behind our country and say how good it is. And that's when they got the Royal Seal of Approval.
Isn't that interesting? Well, you've got our Royal Seal of Approval.
Oh, hey, that's
hey, you like that?
that?
Yes, good, isn't it? I know you have, because you know so much about art, but you also give us your knowledge so that we can learn at home as well. So it's going to be a very, very interesting show. But let's start off with what we've got in front of us right here. I'm looking forward to hopefully crafting along with you as well, because I want to learn some things with you.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, 781774, that's your item number. You get 36 water-soluble oil pastels. Now, I'm thinking water-soluble oil, and those words in that sentence. Can you tell us about these?
It's like an oxymoron, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, basically, oil pastels have been around for many, many years as a way of enhancing work, but because of the nature of oil, they've always had this sort of... People haven't used them, they've been fearful of them, as they are with oil paint. So a lot of the companies are, well, how can we get over this idea to stop people being worried about them? So let's make them water soluble, hence this. So they've taken a lot of the scare bit about it out of it and then put them into these great sticks. These have always been useful because they allow you to sort of get colour down quick, but they also allow to give you a full range of colours that if they were bigger than this, you wouldn't get as many colours.
You're going to get a lot out of these. I'm telling you right now, 10% of the stock has gone already, and they're going to be dispatched from the 11th of March. Only $12.99, which I think is a superb price, because you've got that £5 saving on here, so it's a great investment. 781774, we're going to be playing with those.
Absolutely.
We've also got some fabulous papers on the show as well, so we're really going to get it right when it comes to the medium and the papers that we've got to place on there. Right, next up, again, looking beautiful with the colours that they've got, and only £14, you've got your soft pastels. Now, what's the difference?
Right, these are, if you think of a chalk paint or anything like that, these are basically that without the binder pigment in.
Okay.
So they've got the pigment, they have the actual chalk and those sort of additives, but none of the liquid. So these are a soft, very chalky pastel colour, but they're a lot softer than oil pastels. These can be made into watercolours. Or shall I say a watercolour style paint.
So you can use that with your brush? Interesting.
Absolutely.
We are going to learn so much.
All those colours again.
Yeah, fantastic. Whole spectrum of colours right here. 10% of the stock of these have gone
I'm
as
not
well.
having another one, am I?
331700 is your item number if you want to get hold of those. I think it's a superb price, I really do. Reduced by £4 down to £14, but 10% of the stock has gone. Right, we're moving on. I've got my eye on the next set. These are brand new today.
These are cool.
These look very, very cool.
These are really, really cool.
Now, we've got some palettes, and we also have your... Not your palette. It is your palette. It's your palette knives, and then that's your palette. Yeah, of course
terrible
it is.
palette.
Your terrible palette?
Yep, tear off.
Oh, your tear off. I thought you said terrible.
Yeah. Nah.
You're terrible.
Terrible.
See why we should work together. You're terrible.
Did I mention I was at Wembley's today?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Mind you, we won.
Hey, it wasn't a corner, that, was it? Never mind.
To be fair, I didn't watch the match, did I? Moving on. Moving on.
I love it, really.
Yes, you've got your terrible palette,
yep.
and then you've got your 3 palette knives, different sizes, and your 3... Now, paint... What's a paint shaper, Lou?
Right, well, if you can think of utensils at home, a kitchen.
Yep.
They're a silicon shape. A silicon medium. These are silicon edge, so they go all your hot work, all your cool work. So they're like a paintbrush that never gets ruined. All the things you could do with a paintbrush or a scraper or anything.
So if I had some hot glue and I wanted to manipulate that hot glue,
absolutely,
I could use one of these.
Yep, and if anything else you've got that you need to sort of manipulate as you're heating it up.
I like
and
that.
then other things like frisket, that that's quite a US name, but your masking fluids and stuff like that would ruin brushes.
Yes.
And your tapes and stuff would ruin bristle brushes. You can use all these instead.
Perfect. It's a great price. Again, another great price. Brand new today, $17.99. 538811 is your item number. How many terrible sheets? You've got 20, 24 by 18, and I just love the fact that you've got a chance to hold them.
Well, these are really good because you can create your own palette with this, with your oil pastels.
Yeah.
But you can also use them in your collage work. When the paint's dried on them, you can rip them up and collage with them, and they're great. Die cut them as well.
What a great idea. And something that you will take with you. So you might want to do some artwork or painting in the great outdoors. Or indoors, entirely up to you. Right, let's move along. Let's move along. You love these, don't you, Lou?
Yeah, I do, these.
Now, why do you like these so much?
Because they're bright, they're vivid, and, well, they're good for everybody because you can use them in your pens, your airbrush pens, you can use them in your calligraphy nib pens, you can put them in some fountain pens, and you can put, I'm just trying to think of everything else. Felts, you can use your felts, you can even sort of ink felts with these. You can mix fibre tips together, you can use them as a watercolour.
So very universal.
Yeah, very liquid watercolour.
And they come with the pipettes as well, which is what Lou has used to give us 2 indications of the colours. Right there, you get 10 in this deal for $27.99, saving £7. 111976 is your item number, which is perfect.
270 each is really good. You've got a great set of colours there.
Just to show you, you've got the lids that go on like that, so they're really cool and keep them nice and safe. Right, if you do want to get hold of those, $27.99. Now let's get on to some papers, which is important, isn't it?
It is really important. People don't. I think people are beginning to understand now how important papers are. The substrates that you're working on, because we used to blame us saying, "Oh, I can't do it." When in actual fact, if you're using the wrong paper with the wrong guy, you know, product, that's it. That's why it won't work.
Yeah, it's like putting the wrong fuel in the wrong car.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly like that.
So, to get the right paper, this is going to be the superb show. And if you do have any questions, please email in. We've got Lou here. Take advantage of her. We like doing that. Knowledge-wise, of course. Email in, studio@hochanda.com, or leave a message on Facebook. So for this, £10.95, you're saving £4. You've got your watercolour paper here, 75 sheets in total.
This one is for printable as well. So if you want to do, like, manipulate, say you've got digital images that you want to then work on top of, you can put this through your printer, and then work on top of it as well. So a lot of papers don't really like that.
No, they don't.
And you can do it the other way as well.
That's interesting.
So you can work on this, and then put it through your printer.
Oh, that'd be good. So you could create your own background.
Absolutely.
And if you've got a picture or something that you've designed on your computers. Excellent. Like that. If you do want to get hold of it, 627864 is your item number. Now, we've got another pad right here. For you. We'll bring the details up for this. You've got 12 sheets. It's 290 GSM. Watercolour paper again, £13.95, saving £3, 004553. Can you tell us about this one, Lou?
Right, well, if you think of, this is for the printer, so it has to be of the right weight. This is a heavier duty one. So it might go through some printers, but this is basically to hold what I would say the coloured inks, because it's super smooth. And you don't get all the stuff. Even with some watercolours papers, you'll get certain things happening. Because it's made for it, it sort of tries to stop all the problems happening, and it really does as well. Really good.
Well, we shall be demoing with all of these papers. $13.95 if you want to go for this pad, 004553. Now, we have got some more mediums for you, and you get to choose. These are brand new to us here today, and you've got a choice between the pastel, the dark, the skin, and the hand lettering.
Right.
Now,
they're dark.
Let's show you those colours. You can see them in the packaging, which look fantastic. £19.45, saving £6. You get 10 in each set. So this is the darks, as you can see there. Some gorgeous colours. Have they got glitter on them?
No, that's the card. Sorry, it's my fault that. I'm using the pink frog card. And I didn't realise. I went, oh, that's lovely. No.
But it's a nice card if you want to use them on the card.
It's a beautiful card. It's just I didn't want to give the wrong effect.
There you go. So you've got the dark colours there.
Flesh. Flesh.
Yep, these are the skin tones, as you can see there. So if you want to go for those.
Pastel.
And then you've got your pastels. Yeah. Ah, now pastels are in the lead at the moment.
Well, you can't, yeah, and that's the last one, but you can't get those pastels just by using the blender. And if some people out there, wily people, might think, well, there's one missing there, because you get a blender pen.
Ah.
So you get 9 plus a bender. A blender. You don't get a bender pen. Come on.
If you want to go out on one, you can do, but
yeah, well,
we've got work to do. We've got work to do. Right, this one.
That's the other one.
That's the other one.
We've had dark.
We've had dark. We've had skin. We've had pastel. What is the
cuddly toy?
That was the darks.
Yeah, that's the dark.
Hand lettering.
Hand lettering.
Hand lettering, there you go. £14 and 45 pence. Right, 290391. Right, next up, we've got some marker pens here.
Yes.
Now, why do we like these?
Right, well, if you think these are acrylic ink in a pen.
Ooh,
so they're not the watercolour or the Ecoliner pens. These are acrylic, so these are more like your paint pens.
Ooh, do we press them a few times to get them activated?
Yep, these are new colours. These are you need to prime them.
Yes.
And like all good paint companies, you will see that there's a little registration marks there to show you what they're used for. So we'll talk about that later. So if it's got a full square like that, it means it's opaque.
Oh, which means you can see through to the surface that you're putting on. No, it means the other one, doesn't it?
It means you can't see through it.
It means you can't. Do you know something? I was actually, this is true, I was at home today and I was going, right, I've got Lou today, so why is it about opaque? I always get this wrong. Get it right, Janice. Opaque. You can see through it. You can see through it. And that was what in my head all the way to work. And it's totally wrong. No, sorry.
Transparent, you can.
Ah, yeah, of course. Why did I think of anyway? These are opaque. You can't see through them.
Got some good colours.
And you've got some great colours here, haven't you? You really have, including that white. £14.75. You get all 5, 455, 423. And then we've got some pads for you, different sizes in the pads. We'll start with this one here. This is your A3, so a good size to work on. And this is 798,749, £17.95, saving £7. So it's a great deal.
Yeah, and it's mixed media pad, so it does work for all those. You could throw a lot at this and it behaves well.
Yeah.
Even your liquid paste and stuff are really good on this.
Well, you know, if you're at college or you're doing something for yourself or you want to sell your artwork, you need the best you can get. So this could possibly be it for you. £17.95, saving £7. It's a great deal for that A3 size 300 GSM. And then we've got the A4 size right here.
For people,
if you prefer to work on this. Same paper, just a different size. Details on your screen, $11.99. Also on extended delivery, 30 sheets in that. Everything will be dispatched on the 11th of March, and then we've got the A5. So all the same, but just different sizes. It's up to you which one you choose. You can have all three. Going to be entirely up to you. You can have more than one if you want to as well. $9.99 if you want to go for the A5. 702-352. Let's take a look at the website as we head back to the demonstration area. These are all the items that you've just seen. Some absolute bargains in this show. It really is. Whether you are new to this kind of art or whether you want to restock, I think you've got some great prices there to do so. Again, if you do have any questions, please do email in. Remember, we've got Lou here, so if I'm not asking the right questions, I'll try and do my best. But if you've got any questions you want to add, or maybe you want to tell us something, you're more than welcome to do so. It's your show as well. Then email in studio@hochanda.com or leave a message on Facebook. Right, here we go.
Hey. Right, well, first of all, let's have a look at some of the products and what they can do. And what I thought I'd do, first of all, is show you the paper, because a lot of people don't even know this, that you have got the paper and it's got the actual... See here.
You've got the A4 there, haven't you?
Yeah, just to show you that it's all got this. Now, don't think that, oh, what's she doing with that paper? It does look a mess now, I know. But it does get, it's got perforation line there.
Yeah.
So, all this, if you don't want it in here, and you want to work in a, you know, in a book like this, you can take it all out later.
So it's terrible, not terrible.
Yeah, you can
terrible.
do that. You can do it.
I'm terrible, that's terrible.
Right, anyway, joking aside, so it is really thick. I mean, I don't tend to rip it out of here.
Again,
I tend to...
terrible and thick, terrible and thick.
No, you're lovable and thick, you are. No, that's wrong.
Gee, thanks, Lou.
Oh, I didn't mean it. Do you know, that is so shocking. That
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
Well, you called me a little dicky, didn't you? Remember that? And I said, oh, you're little dinky. And she called me little dicky.
Don't repeat it.
Yeah, but it's a name, that.
It is.
Yeah. Richard.
Little Richard.
Right, okay. Never mind that. Okay, so we both got this. Now, the first things we're going to do is you really need to sort of think, right, well, what exactly is the difference between an oil...
Are you using the oil ones there that we've got?
I'm just going to show you the difference between oil and water-soluble.
Okay.
Just to show you that they are very similar, but they do not behave similar. So people might be used to this one.
Yep.
Now, that's brilliant. And they work brilliantly, but they will not react with water. So if I do this, I can do lots of different things. I can get wonderful effects. I could just get a piece of this. I can make a really sort of hot mess with colours. I can use all the colours now.
So which ones are you using now?
I'm just showing you this. These are oil pastels. I just want to show you.
Yeah.
The reason I'm showing you is because this can do this, but it can't do what I'm going to show you with the others. So I can do all this, mixing this all up. But the minute, like that, the minute I put water to that, nothing happens.
I like that.
I love that. I love that. But, so if you want to do a certain thing, and you want to use terps and linseed oil, these are one for you. But if you want to create that, but add water to it, that's where the water-soluble one comes in, because this just allows you to then... right? This allows you now to do all of that. So I'm going to do another one to show you, and then we'll have a go at messing with them and playing. So for instance...
It's like you could create the Northern Lights.
You could do all sorts with this. And all you do is you tear the edge and you put some colours in. So, yes, I am thinking about colours. I've got a lighter blue and a darker blue, and then in the middle I'm mixing them together. But I'll use the same side. But you just place it on top. But now all I'm going to do is just... Now, I've not put as much on as the other one, but you've still got that wonderful...
Yeah.
But now I can get... And now, I didn't add much water to that, but now I can get this wonderful watercolour. So I can now push this out.
No,
you
this
would
takes
not,
it to another level.
It does, because you would not be able to do that. Look.
No, because it's oil.
Because it does not react. It will react to certain things, but just to show you now, we're going to do this together and you'll see how easy it is.
Isn't that clever? We're very busy for these, by the way. 40% of the stock has gone, Lou. 40% at $12.99. Oh, my
We're
word.
going to create a landscape, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is the first thing we need to do is you wouldn't necessarily use this paper, but I just want to, you know, show you at home quickly. So the first thing you're going to do is create your landscape. So all you're going to do, Janice, is just tear sort of hills or something.
On the piece of paper?
Out of that.
Oh, out of that.
Okay?
Thank you.
So just tear the shape you want. I'll get another sheet. And it's interesting that people just say, oh, I don't like doing that. Well, always sacrifice one piece of paper and then you can keep using it as your stencils. So to me, that already looks like it's quite oriental, that with, you know, the Mount Fuji and stuff, that feel. So don't forget, though, Janice has done that, but she's also got that one as well. So you've got the opposite, so you've got, always keep the two. So I'm going to do the two. So, again, what we're going to do is we start at the back.
Yep.
Always at the back.
The back of?
Your page. And I'll show you why. Because we start at the back. I'll show you what I mean. So that's going to be the back. So I put mine there. That's going to be my back. That's the back.
Got you.
At the very back of my horizon.
Yes.
And we're going to put in one of the lightest colours. So we'll tend to stick with one set of colours. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of the lightest blues. And I'm just going to run it along the edge of that.
Okay.
So you want to do that?
Do I do the same?
No, you can use any colour you want.
I might want a sunset. So I might go for an orange.
Yep.
So, do you want me to put the darker or the lighter one on first?
Put your lightest one.
Okay.
So use your oranges. You can even go for yellow on that. So you put a little bit of colour on now. You put your lightest on first, and this is really important that you get a little bit on. So then with this, I would go in again with my white, just to add a little bit of white. Now when you're cleaning these, just clean them off like that on a piece of paper if you want to use that, or yellow, whatever. Make sure you've got plenty on, and then.
Is this just the one colour, Lou?
Yeah, and the white. And we're just going to soften this off now.
Right. 80% of the stock has now gone off these, Lou. 80% of the stock has gone.
We'll be quick. We'll get the pastels in a minute.
So just use my thumb?
Yep, just your thumb or your thing. Some people might find that the thumb's a little bit too thin.
Just be careful, like a friction burn if you're not comfortable. But hey, this is good.
What we tend to, I'll put the water in the middle. You can have that brush, it's a bit easier for you. Then what we do is we just get a brush.
I like the look that it's given the actual hills
exactly.
left on.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I tell you what.
Shadow.
Put a bit of water in there. I didn't know it was going to work together. I'm even happier about that now. So what we do now is we get a little bit of water. You use that brush, it's better. Okay. Just take away your mask.
I'm not wearing one.
Hey, and you just put a little bit.
Oh, do you know what? We're limited stock on these, right?
Tiny bit of water and just blend that out a little bit.
I'll do that.
So what we're doing is we're just adding a tiny bit of blue. Now, this is another little bit. If you want to add more.
Yes, I've got my sky as yellow at the moment.
That's perfect. You just took that hint.
Yeah.
But I want a little bit more blue here.
All right. Oh, we've technically sold out, Lou. We've technically sold out.
Okay, well, we can move on.
Of the water-soluble oil pastels. Thank you, everyone, for buying these. I know you're going to enjoy using them when you get them home, because I just want to carry on now.
Right, well, we can do something with the... We can actually move to the others, right? Okay, because we're still using the paper. So what we do now, that's the oil. We had this before. Every time I blink, we sold out of stuff.
Well, it just show that you could possibly use them together. So
no, they are, of course they are,
right, I need to take those away, don't I? Because we have sold out of those. Oh, right, it's going to be one of those shows, isn't it? I'll stack them up at the back.
Now, I haven't got those pastels, but I've got these. These are mothers. Right, this is the mother load of pastels. Right, so, I've just mashed that, sorry. Right, these are pastels, so they're in the same sort of family, pigment and a binder, but they've not, there's no oil in them, these are chalk.
So are we showing the difference again?
Well, no, we could just, because the way it's selling out. So what we're going to do now...
Which ones are we going to use then?
Right, these are blocks.
Yes.
So all these are, there's no difference. This...
Could we use the block?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we? Can we use the blocks
instead?
Of course
you can, yeah.
Because let's use the ones that you're going to get when you get them home.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a really good idea.
Actually, it's a really good...
Do you mind?
No, I'd rather do that. I'd rather show you these.
Can we use this one?
Yeah, use this. Right. So what you do now is get your mask.
I'm not wearing one.
Oh, whatever. Right. Now, don't use this side because feel it. It's still got a waxy residue on it. So turn it over, and we still want to create...
Oh, but the hill's going the wrong way.
Doesn't matter, we're moving forward.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so we're going to create a scene. So now what we do is, now we've got a whole range. Now this really is, you have got all them to work at. So I'm going to pick one next colour down, and the way I do that is I look for one that I think that's about right.
Are we still doing the sky? Are we still doing the sky? What are we creating?
We're doing the opposite, right? Because if you think we've done the sky, putting it's called negative painting this. So we're actually painting the shadow.
Right. So would I go for like a?
You get the next colour. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Take it off your paper. Don't have it on your paper because tell you why. Because we have chalk now.
I'm regretting doing a yellow sky now. Will it be all right?
You can change anything now. You leave that as your sunrise.
Yeah.
And change your colour.
Okay.
So what you do now is you just literally over the edge, and you'll feel it's a different feel altogether.
Oh, chalky.
It's chalk.
Yeah.
It's chalk. So you need to lay this down quite. So for that reason, you might put a couple on, same way we did before. That's it.
Yeah.
So you've got that, and then we're going to add a little bit of the light with it.
Oh, I've put dark.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. No.
Sorry.
No.
Well, I'm just showing you the opposite.
Right now. one of the main attributes of this is it's got a chalk with it, and you can really burnish colours in. So we place it where we want.
Yep.
And this time, instead of just doing that, we're just going to burnish it off.
40% of the pastels has gone. We better get rubbing.
Right, so can you see how it's softer, isn't it? So what we're going to have to do is put a little bit more colour on. You see, yours is stronger. I've not put enough on. So I just go back in with mine.
Am I filling the white space?
Yes, that's perfect what you're doing now. And I'm just going to do this.
Do I want to fill all the white space or leave some caps on the mountain?
Leave some like that.
Okay.
Right, now. So that's what we've done there. So we move this now, and we've got this nice landscape happening, right?
Like it.
So then we turn it over, and we repeat now, going darker. So we're not going to be able to go to all of it because there's so much to do. And we just turn it back over now, and then add the very dark colour.
I think mine might turn into desert mountains. I'm just doing a little happy dance
I
there because I'm
noticed
quite
that.
happy.
Right.
Right, what am I doing now?
Put your next darker tone, so it'd be reds.
Yeah.
Using that, and you can go back over. Now, if you want, you can take this right over. If you've got a different sort of idea in your head, you can take it over. But then you'll notice that the darker the colours that you use, the more intense.
I don't know why, but I'll just add in a bit of purple.
You can add whatever you want.
And then
straight off. Yep, straight off. And we get this wonderful.
This is a really good idea. Oh, got a bit of rogue blue
Doesn't
there.
matter, doesn't matter. Right?
Yep.
So we can keep doing this and keep doing this, but...
Oh, you're watching me, sorry.
No, it's okay, I'm quite happy.
Another bit of rogue blue. You ready? Reveal.
Right, so you've got your beautiful landscapes. Now, we don't have to keep it like that. We can have just have a scrap of it, a portion of it. Yes. But this is really important to use because we're going to use this as a palette now for this.
Okay.
Because we've got these light colours here, you can see, we've got this line happening, but not much. This is where it gets... Now, you will get this happening on your finger, but that's only the pigment. Don't worry, it won't harm, doesn't harm. What we're going to do is just damp your brush. You don't want it soaking. And then all you do, just rub down there.
I'm just copying Lou.
That's all right.
I'm wiping it on me.
Right, watching.
Yeah, I'm watching, sorry.
Right, watch this. You're not going to believe how much paint.
Oh my goodness, yes. So what colour shall I go for?
Choose... I'd go for the red one that you've got, and all you do, leave it in.
No, leave it in, that's
just leave it in, and just tiny bit, that's it, get rid of the excess, and then just like that, and then and you'll be...
Ooh, and then just...
You'll be surprised how much is in there.
Yep.
So now you've got these wonderful effects happening.
Oh, yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you can do then is go back up to some of the others that you've got.
Oh, gosh, look at that. Oh, God, thank goodness I said gosh. I said something else. You just get carried away, don't you?
You do. We do get carried away with these because they're so nice to sort of use. Right, so that's one way we can use them now. So we've got all these different colours. I'm going to let Janice carry on with that while I do this. No, don't Robbie, look at that.
Ooh,
now, if you want, say Janice has got this colour here happening, can you see how here I would be tempted to, I would go back in with a water-soluble one.
Do you know something? I'm just looking at it upside down. Now that, to me, looks like trees, tree line.
Right, this is the whole point. You look at it that way and you're doing negative, and you look at it that way and you've done positive.
Right,
so turn that round, you've now got the positive.
Do you know what? I think I like it like that.
Right, well, that's half the problem is we look at it one way and think, oh, don't, but that's miles better.
Yeah, I like it. Because that way the colour was mixing there, but that way...
Go back to Janice's, because she's done that, but now if you add that...
Yeah.
And just in the foreground...
Yeah.
There you've got your old piece done. And you just chop that off there, chop that off there.
Can you do that?
You can do whatever you want, my
because now I'm thinking, what is it, on the west coast of America?
That way.
The Hamptons. You know, in the autumn.
You could even do it that way if you wanted, but it won't work. But that works better.
I like it the other way.
Because that, and then you just glue that to there with a bit of double-sided tape, chop it off. I'll give you that, and then I'll do some more work on this.
Okay.
Some glue. Well,
How
plenty
much of
here.
the stock of the pastels has now gone while we've been playing away? These are the soft pastels, half the stock, wow.
Right.
£14. Now, we've got a stock update on the oil pastels.
Yes.
They sold out.
Have we got more?
Oh my goodness, we've managed to get some more extended. Let me
Yay.
bring them back in, everyone.
Oh, that's good.
We've managed to get some more on extended delivery, dispatching on the 13th of March. I'm looking for some, but not for you. If you do want to get hold of them, 781 774, there you go,
Wow.
£12.99, saving £5. So they are back. Excited about that.
Right, there's your glue. You can now glue that onto there and
Yes.
chop it off, and I'll show how we can use these.
Have you got a pair of scissors?
Yep. I certainly have.
Okay.
Right, well, what we can do now is make all this interchangeable with all different sort of materials. So we have got some of the chalk pastels. Now, it hurts me to do this, but I've got to do it. So I'm going to get the blue pastel that I've got, and I'm just going to scrape it. Now, don't be frightened of doing this, because it's only like sharpening your pencil. And you can sharpen these, and if you do sharpen them, keep your filings, because then you've got a pure colour paint.
Okay.
So that is pigment. That's pure pigment, that. And all I'm going to do is add something to it, and what that will do is just make it into an acrylic glaze. So I've got my glue.
Yep.
And my glue for this, or binder, is... I'm just watching Janice trying to get the glue out of there.
Do I have to twist something to open it up or
No,
something?
it's just that, it's stuck. I'll get some more in a minute.
I'm exhausted. I've been trying to do this for 5 minutes.
Right. So, I've got some heavy gel. Can you not just take the top off? I'm going poking myself in the eye
Is the
here.
top on?
Yeah, you...
You're supposed to take it off? No, it comes through. Well, that's better.
Right, okay, so my pigment's there, but I just want to show you that tiny bit of pigment. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the pigment does not dissolve in water or fluid. It's suspended in it. So what you've got to disperse is the colour through the actual medium that you're using, and I'm using a gel medium. So this will actually be clear or transparent, it won't be clear, and it will have a glaze. So all these colours now can be used in the same way that I've done, the way I've just done with this. So, for instance, if I wanted to add some texture to this, and because I'm going to keep this as part of the artwork, I'll just move that on there so you can see, is I would just put a little bit on the tops there, and just spread that down. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this will give it like a glaze on the top. And then, using your palette knife, which is really important, well, I'll show you what I use. I use my old book, and then I just put it anywhere and then use it then. So I use this to spread off, and I use my palette knife to sort of, it's almost like buttering bread.
With this deal, you get the 3 palette knives,
Yeah, they're
you
brilliant.
get the
Love
3
them.
shapers, and you also get the 20 tear-off palettes. So you can go out and you can create a palette. When you finish with that, you can tear it off, but keep it because you'll have the inks and the paints on there, and then you can reuse that in your projects, which is brilliant. I'll just show you this. 20% of the stock has gone already. I like the fact that it's got the thumb hole in, because
you feel like an artist, don't you?
You hold it up. I feel like paint along with Nancy, but I'm painting along with Lou.
She was one of my heroes.
Me too.
And Take Art.
Oh, I used to love
And
painting
that guy with the
and
afro. Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Right, so what I'm done here is I will get the same colour family happening with my other piece, but I have now got some texture happening by adding the flat of the spatula. You get the suction happening, but you get some amazing. So in the next show, you'll be able to see how that then looks like glazed tops.
When's the next show, Lou?
7 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you see now, just by adding the same colour, I've now got to, that ripped off piece will now become a major part of my...
Oh, I like that.
So,
Why didn't I do that?
Well, you can do another one.
Have I stuck that on the wrong way?
No, that's
No.
right.
Okay.
So I will leave that to dry.
Yeah.
But while that's, if you wanted to, keep your brushes clean as well for this, because the gel medium I'm using, it will stick stuff. Right. But if you wanted to, see, there's a lot going on here. You know, there's a lot of colour. So even if I do want to just flick it on like that, it acts more like you're bit like, they're not exactly like brush-os, but things like that where you can disperse the colour, but you could just see the colour, that will just sit on the top now and ink through. So I'm going to leave that to dry.
So can you reactivate these colours? I mean, I'm just going back into this paper,
yeah, of course you can.
And it's bringing it
absolutely
to life again with a bit of water, just like watercolours.
And that might be what you want. So, for instance, I've got some work I've done previously, and I was talking to Yogesh, who is the guy who we've got here in the UK, who brings this to us, amazing. And I said, I want to use the stuff I've already got so people can see how would you use it in your own work, not just making a shiny mountain. So here I've got an embossed part of work that I've already started. Okay. So I've got my wet brush and I'm using a tiny bit. If you're not too sure, you're looking on the TV, how much is enough water. If I just give 2 squirts on there and then just put that in there, you'll see it's hardly any. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix it up with a bit of dark, and I'm just going to add that like a paint there, and then there's no contamination. I'm just going to go in with the other colour. But look, I can brush it all out. But the nice thing is, if I don't want that there, I can now rub it away from all the area that I've already got. So I can really build up all these beautiful colours I've got, but without sort of worrying about it being too heavy or sticking on this or sort of overpowering. I can really make it as gentle, subtle as one, or as dark as I want.
Now, with artwork, with painting and creating designs, would you say, Lou, that if you were starting out, making the choice, if there's anyone new to the show, and they're thinking, right, shall I go for watercolours or shall I go for pastels? Is it a good idea to start with one or the other? Or if you're going to start with pastels, stay with them for a while so you get used to how they work?
Well, I was always frightened of pastels, and I think that was because I didn't get involved with them earlier on. Yeah. So my advice is if I was going to go for them, I'd go for the water soluble, so that I've got, and then I would definitely get myself some of the chalks, because to me these are like just pigment in a stick. So
yeah, it's a good way of describing them. So that's a good point. Remember, any questions, do email in studio@hochanda.com.
And then to bring more stuff in, just to show you that, then I can now mix a tiny bit of my Ecoline watercolour. So I'm now mixing the Ecoline with this, just to give it some base colour. This, again, behaves the same way, but I can now add this with it and mix that with it. So I can mix the two together. So I've got, this is more of a green, blue there, so I'm mixing more of a sort of ultramarine true blue with it, with the pastel.
Yep.
All intermixable, all of them totally intermixable, whereas a lot of things you can't normally do that. And then again, revealable. Now, so I've mixed all these together. I can stamp with them, I can do anything. I can do all the stuff that I can normally do with all my other paints. I mean, I've got, goodness me, I'll show you what you can do with a blending tool.
Oh, yeah, we've got some blending tools. Right, yeah, show us what you can do with the blending tool with the pastel.
So all I do is apply that to the actual, whatever you want. You've got a blending tool, or you've got, I'm just trying to think of what else you might have. A bit of fat foam or anything. I can now sort of do the edge of my page like this and colour it. So you can see there I've got this really subtle distressed look.
Oh, that's good. That's really smooth.
I can damp it down and I can make it into a paint.
Yeah.
So, and I can make it into a really nice sort of watercolour effect with it. And that's with, and I can mix several at the end, all different colours together.
Now, 60% of the stock of the soft pastels has actually gone, as we're demonstrating them right here. I think you're seeing how all the different ways that you can use them, and perhaps you're thinking, do you know what, this would be something that will work perfectly with the kind of designs that you're putting together at home.
Well, I've just wet this down to show you how you could use it, but then you can use it still while it's slightly damp and you're building up colour there. So you can see the lines I'm creating, because this is what we call a buildable work. So I can build.
And that's using them quite dry, isn't it?
Yeah, you can use them dry. You can blend them together. These chalk pastels are made to blend together like this, but they're not. That isn't the only way of doing it. These are all, to me, they're all buildable. But people tend to sort of get pastels, just use them on their own.
Yeah.
Oil colours, use them on their own. Don't use them all together. I said it the wrong way. Don't use them all together instead of don't use them all together.
But they do look absolutely spectacular.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We are busy for the soft pastels, £14. The item number there on your screen, 331700. Now, the heavy gel medium that Lou was just using, here it is. This is proven to be very, very popular. 250ml there, so it's a good size. 8 fluid ounces or 8.5, so it's a large pot that you get in there. 430552, it's only £10.99, saving £4. Now, you've also... Oh, you've got a choice at checkout, so you've got your matte or your gloss, so it depends which one you want to go for. You can, of course, go for two, one of each if you want to. Right, let's talk about these oil pastels. We've just been using them. Now, nearly 30% of the extended stock has gone already. I'll just show you what I've been creating there. A nice little scene. I've just put a little lake in there as well. So I'm playing with them for the first time, and Lou is guiding me, which is fantastic. You again can, of course, watch these shows again on Rewind, so you can pick up all the hints and tips that Lou is giving you, but proving to be very, very busy. Only £12.99. And how much of the stock has gone? Sorry, I missed that. Nearly 30% of the extended stock has gone. We are incredibly busy. If you do want to get hold of these, it could be your chance now to pop them in your basket, but also to check out as well. 781774. Right, something else that's proven to be very, very busy are the soft pastels. Now, I like these. They are in the form of the sticks, so you can use them with a paintbrush just to take the colour off if you want to. With the soft pastels, you can take them out as well. You can use them, as Lou was using them, to blend them. So they're absolutely fantastic. Or shave off little bits if you want to and add water. 331700 your item number, saving £4 at only £14. And you can see you've got a whole array of colours there, the whole spectrum. Beautiful. Right, we were also using the terrible palette. Not terrible, they're terrible, and also your palette knives as well. So you're getting 3 of your palettes. These are brand new today. Very good, great for your pastes, aren't they, and for your mediums. So you've got your 3 sizes there. That's one size. I'll just hold them up together so you can see the different sizes there. And there is your 3rd size. There you go. And then you've got your 3 paint shapers. That's silicone at the end there, so that's going to work with your hot mediums as well. 30% of the stock of this has gone. And your terrible palette